all together. Y'all all
And he
together,
used to
then I'm in the
clap
bottom
back
and
with
shit.
it.
I'm weak. So look, hey, welcome back, y'all, for another episode of Something for the Culture. I am Jazzy J, and we have two special guests tonight. We have none other than Cuban Link and Gilly, the motherfucking legend. All right, if you don't know who
Yeah.
Gilly is or Cuban Link is, then shit, I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all. Like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. We also have special guest hosts from the Doe Show, Courtney and Ramon. So salute to y'all.
Yo, what up, doggies?
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you,
Salute,
guys.
salute, Courtney and
Appreciate
Ramon. Love,
y'all having
baby.
us. Some damn
All
legends.
right, so let's kick this shit off, y'all. First off, welcome to the culture, guys. Welcome.
Right, thank you, man. Thank you for having us, man. That's real.
Yeah, thank you,
Cool.
thank you.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's skip the nice shit. Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Damn,
Let's go
already?
right into it.
Already.
Yeah, you already know. I'm
That's
gonna keep it
hey,
about.
she from up top. You already know. This nigga
She,
sitting
Oh,
in the camera
The
right
this
nitty
look,
now.
this
Hey
gritty.
a
yo.
whole drum
she
thing.
said, she said, man, the charcoal been on the grill.
Okay.
Cuba. Yeah. Link's
So
ready.
look,
You ready?
let's start with telling. Can y'all tell us y'all two's relationship?
Yeah, definitely. My relationship with Cuban is we grew up in the Bronx. I was born and raised in the Bronx, and Cuban, he came from the Bronx. He'll tell you how he came to New York, and well, we met around the neighborhood through some extracurricular activities I used to be in, and I met him. And
You was selling crack, buddy. You
nah,
was
shut
selling
up,
crack.
man.
Hey, my nigga. My nigga.
You know
You
what I'm
gotta,
My
saying?
nigga.
So,
Yeah, keep it a buck.
what
yeah,
I mean? Yeah, well, yeah,
yeah.
that's why it's me and Cuban, cause we do
You
that
know where we
volleyball
come
shit.
from.
He's
It,
spiking
it
all the
ain't the
time.
same game.
Yeah, but yeah,
You
so
like
that's how
you
we.
like
But
selling that crack, don't you? You like
no,
selling that crack?
yo, nigga, down, man. Do that shit for Takashi, yo. Yo, but check it. Nah, but check it. So I knew Cuban, right? And I knew Cuban through the hood. So, like,
Right.
actually, and I love him, man, my brother. But Cuban he used to cut hair too. So
Okay.
he used to work in the barber shop, and I seen him one day. I like, yo, cut my hair. And then from there, we began our relationship. And then through the grit and grind, I didn't know he rapped like that. And then I finally got to hear him rap with Pun and with Says. That's who it was at the beginning. It was the sick one, which is my cousin, and it was Pun and Triple Sace and Cuban. That was like how I met all of them. And but I met Cuban first, and then we would always see each other in our man Little Hex house, and
Y'all had
man,
the
the
same
relationship
things.
built from there. The
Y'all
relationship
had the
just
same
built from there.
things.
Say again.
What's up, brother?
Y'all had the same things.
Oh no, no,
Same
no. See, I
things?
wasn't.
Nah, my
Yeah,
tops was a different color.
yeah, yeah. I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't good. I wasn't good at that game. You
Listen,
understand?
listen, listen, listen. We for the dirty motherfucking South.
You
We
know
know
what it
what the
is.
fuck is going.
Hey,
Nah, no
hey,
doubt.
Y'all niggas
hey,
look
I
the
used
fuck
to be
up.
in Greenville
Yeah,
too. I used to go to Greenville back in the days. I was telling you the last time we spoke. I fucks with
yeah.
Greenville, bro. And Myrtle, and Myrtle. I'll be out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Yo,
Myrtle
but
Beach was
yeah,
listen.
Myrtle
but
Beach was infamous, man, on the underground line back in the day. So you know what I'm saying. So
Yo.
the
yo,
underground lines back then was major. We didn't know. I mean, it wasn't out there like that. We had
Yeah.
the hush quality back then. Nowadays, of
yeah,
course. But yeah, man, me and Gilly, I mean, we go back since I was like what 16, 17. Like
Yeah.
just growing up in the South Bronx. I grew up in 167. Gilly was from Fox Street from that side, so it wasn't too far. Probably like 15 blocks away from each other. So we used to do that shit on a hustle. Like we used to just walk around the blocks back in the days. There was no cars, so we used to just be around the Bronx, man. That was our thing. And you know, uh, Gilly was in the street life like that. See, he got a story that's on that level, on that side of things. You know what I'm saying? While me, Pun, Triple Sage, we like, what I'm saying, more of the hip hop lovers where we took the craft and we used to do that shit. Of course, it was stuck shit all around shit. When we grew up, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was poverty all day. So, it was
the
robbery,
struggle, man. The
kidnapping.
struggle was everywhere,
It
man. The
was
struggle
crack
was
every
real.
corner.
It was here
So at the
too,
end of the
bro.
day, we was all together, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we knew the people around, the big dogs around. We had the same dreams, but different talents to take us there. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I met Gilly, you know what I'm saying, and his repertoire. from being in the streets, always been a real dude. You know what I'm saying? Real nigga, always kept it funky. Um, and you know, with me and Pun and Sage, we was on our music thing, and we started a crew called Full Eclipse. We started
Hey,
making noise around the
hey,
block.
man. Being as that you brought up Pun real quick, I want to ask you a real question as a lyricist. Do you
Oh, is
feel
I got
like Pun get the props that he deserved as far as what he did on that motherfucking microphone? Because we respect lyricism, we respect bars and presence on the mic. Do you feel like he really get the respect that he deserved?
Nah,
Um,
they treat Pun like Marcus Aurelius, bro. That's it. They killed the king and they try to bury him under the dirt, and they just keep wanting to bury him. And then when they bring his name up, it's always like in a negative form, like yo, he used to beat his
Right.
wife, and shit like that. So it's like that's what really
yeah, I mean,
fucks everything up, bro.
I got a different view on that. I think they gave him. I think Pun got the just do when he was here as far as selling records, because that's the big thing when it comes to the
Yeah,
business
when
as
he was
far as
alive. Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying. He
because
sold a lot of records, and he wasn't a regular rapper like some rappers. They
not
go
at all.
that they sell
Not at
two hundred
all.
thousand. You know
So
what I'm saying. They stay under gold. If you know about that stuff. When no Pun went platinum and it's first coming out. You know what I'm saying. So
Yep.
so
right.
so
So like
so the
the
people
guy
gave him
royalties out
respect.
of
His
his ear.
talent, the people gave him respect. The talent was definitely noticed. We definitely took it to the next level. When he brought us with him, we had the whole movement. He put Latinos in the front market again. Where
Facts.
respect, you gotta respect that Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Heritage. You know what I'm saying? We all together in this, and
We
he
started
made
hip
it
hop. We
happen.
started
You know
hip
what I'm saying?
hop together. Sorry to interrupt you, but like hip hop was started with blacks and Puerto Ricans in New York. You know that. You say you coming to New York, so but
Hey,
yeah,
Yep.
go on, sorry.
Yeah,
I only knew Barikwa, Barela,
it did.
Barikwa. That
Like
that
hip
that's
hop,
from
hip
Pun.
hop
I'm
from
from
back
See,
in
South.
the
I'm
days
from
see,
South.
with the
these people
Latinos,
south.
the
I went to
Spanish,
New York every summer, so I know a little more. You feel me?
yeah, the Spanish, but the Spanish, even though hip hop back in the days, the Spanish people took a little more not to say the backside of it, but when it came to MCing, like black folk was the top on that. You know what I'm saying? Like my favorite MCs are black. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? With the Big Daddy Kanes, the Mel,
Rakim,
the
G
Melly
Rap,
Mel's, the G
yeah.
Raps. Those are idols that I came up
Coke
listening to when I
Crush,
was trying
Coke
to
Crush,
imitate.
Grandmaster Flash. You know what I'm saying? They from my hood. I grew
Right.
up with all of them dudes, yo.
Now Latinos played a big part in the graffiti world and in the breakdancing world. You
And
know what I'm
the
saying?
DJ,
So
and the
so
DJing, and
that
the
whole culture
DJing, and the DJing.
that whole culture was, you know what I'm saying, hip hop. So that's why they say Boricuas and Latinos and black folks definitely was the foundation of hip hop. But when Pun, even though I don't want to take credit away from nobody else, you know what I'm saying, the Kid Frosses, the
Yeah.
Cypress
The
Hills,
middleman
you know what I'm saying?
Ace and the dudes, yeah, they tried.
Yeah. So I don't want to take like anything away from those guys. I mean, they definitely paved the way. But when Pun touched that mic, bro, when Pun touched that mic, he put that bar,
Lyrics.
he put that bar up
Listen,
there. Like, you know what I'm
not
saying? It was
just
like, oh
lyrics, but
yeah,
presence. The
everything,
presence.
everything. He
The
had everything.
presence
Yeah,
on the mic was unmatched. I wouldn't give a fuck who was in the room. When Pun touched that mic, ah,
exactly.
You
It
And
was
that
know,
was
a
the
whole
difference.
different vibe. A
but
whole
you
That
know what it is. You know what it was with Pun is like he was a competitor.
fat
So
niggas.
so when he got so when
Fat
he
niggas.
yeah so when he got on the mic, he was like he said he the Jordan of this rap shit. He's like, what y'all want to do? Like, I'm gonna give you 50 every time. I'm gonna give you 50 a game, dog. And that's he was really that was his goal, like to demolish every rapper that he and not disrespect them, just demolish them on the mic,
Right.
bar for
But
bar.
listen,
I want to say this, like, being that I'm from the Bronx, I'm from, Stevenson. I went to Steve O, all of that comment,
Sounding, right.
Castle Hill. So
yeah.
when y'all got on, that changed the whole fucking dynamic of that whole Castle Hill, Steve-O, Soundview area. I want to know, my question to y'all is when y'all first popped on the scene with Terror Squad and everything, what was y'all feelings? What was y'all thoughts? Like,
Oh
how
my.
was that energy?
Oh man, I mean,
We in the playoffs. We got a chance to win the chip. We
how
made it to
old were
the
y'all?
playoffs. Like they didn't think we was gonna make it into the playoffs. They was like, yo, not them, not that fat nigga. You know what I mean? So when we got into the playoffs and then we won the championship, and we won the championship, me as a manager, road manager, I'm like, I'm Pat Riley. You feel me? So I'm yo, bro. Like I couldn't believe the talent. Like, cause
How
I,
old
like
were you? How old were you at
me,
the time?
I was in '98. I was 28 years old. I'm 50.
Wow.
I'm 50 right now. So
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
but we started.
that's good
See, I
water.
started. See, remember,
Drink your water, boy.
it really started in like 92, 93. For I would say as far as the talent, as far
Mhm.
as pun, when he hooked up with Joe, and then Joe was already taking him 93 to shows. And he would take me with him. So like it would be it would be Joe's show, but then pun would be hyping up Joe. So and then Pun fucking dragged me along, so I would be hyping up Pun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause Joe didn't know his rhymes, and Joe used to give him. He used to bless Pun with like a chance to do it like a song, on his set. So the whole
Mhm.
grind started from there. I mean, we were. It wasn't like it was because we were Spanish, we got the free pass, or we got extra
Right. It
privilege
wasn't
because we
no
were
overnight
Spanish.
shit. It wasn't
Because yeah,
overnight.
when we was writing rhymes, it was no colors, man. It was about hip hop. It was about us trying to create the
Could
best
you
shit
rap?
ever possible.
Could
Rap.
you fucking rap?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Could you rap?
Yeah.
So we
And
did the
listen,
college, we did the
you,
chilling circuits. You know what I'm saying?
you,
We did all that. We did the college circuits with Barbito and Stretch and all of that. So
Mhm.
it
Right.
was when we did we started off in strip clubs, doing little strip clubs, little run with Scorpio and Melly Mel when they opened up in the Playhouse. Like we did a lot of like
Wow.
foundation stuff. You know what I'm saying? Before it even got to the loud record signing Big Pun. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mhm.
So that hustle and that struggle
Yeah.
was a beautiful, like when Pun popped off, it was a beautiful, like what I'm saying, like
Good
shit,
feeling. Good feeling.
they appreciate the work we put in. They
Good
Yeah.
appreciate our
feeling.
work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Dope.
that's why it was the impact I mean that I saw. I know my brother saw it the same way too. So that
Right.
was the humbling thing about us. Me, I was always humble with shit. Like Pun used to stop because then later on we got to meet like our favorite, like our idols and shit. We got Nas and Big Daddy Kane and Gucci Rap and all those guys. And I used to run.
Legend.
I was already Cuban Link off the books with Pun. So, Pun already kind of knew them before me because Joe and him, what I'm saying, was already rocking like the industry part. But when
Right.
Pun brought me and shit, I used to be like, not to say like a fan, I'm a real nigga, but I'm a fan. These motherfuckers are the niggas who
Yeah.
Yeah.
inspired me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I
But,
meet them in real
but,
life,
but
and
you was
I turn
ready
into
though.
a motherfucking groupie. Like, yo,
You was
shit,
ready.
that's
You
Pun
was ready
Kakaji,
though.
yo.
You was ready.
So
You
that
was
nigga, so
fucking
that
ready though.
right. But Pun was a little more used to it than me. So he was like, yo, my nigga, you embarrassing me and shit. And that was just natural instinct. You know what I'm saying? That's where we come from. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
giving that love. Now, me being maybe that rookie and that green at that time,
How old were you? How old were you?
shit, I was 21,
Oh, okay.
22,
Oh yeah, yeah,
21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was young. He was a
Yeah.
young boy back then, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 45 right now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
man.
Blessed,
So
bro.
so it's been a long time. So
Blessed,
yeah,
bro.
so and believe, you know what I'm saying, Punt earned every stripe that he got. He was never given, it wasn't no special treatment because he was Spanish and he was extra big or fat or nothing of that. So you know what I'm saying? It
Nah,
wasn't
yeah.
it wasn't it wasn't a fade or fad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Some niggas come in with a one hit wonders and Punt was
Listen,
never that. Even though in a bigger, larger scale, might be considered as far as the record sales, because he did, I'm not a
listen,
player, still not a player,
listen,
Yeah.
and they might consider that part of shit. But in the hood, like that
listen.
foundation was like
For
that
the
nigga was one of the nicest. You know what I'm saying? His
I tell
presence was
you, bro.
impeccable,
for the
and
small
his
moment of
fucking
time that he was
charisma,
here, he did more
and
than
he
anybody
was
else.
just he didn't
He,
even get to express the whole thing. Like that's what
Nah,
saddens
yeah.
everything more.
Yeah.
That everything
He
is
has
Yeah.
more
so
just
much. He
he
has
was
so much
evolving
more,
even
bro.
more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that
Now,
was the
I wanna
part.
I wanna ask y'all about a more serious.
Jazz, I can't see you. Jazz, where you at?
You can't see me. You might have to come out and come back in. Can y'all the rest of y'all see me?
Yeah, I can
yeah,
Yeah.
see you. Yeah, I think
Yeah, you might have to go out and come back in.
Gilly's just going blind in one eye. That's what it is.
All right, we
And we can see. Hey, yo, listen. We can see Gilly. We
Yeah,
can
that,
see.
that
we
that corona is attacking the eyesight right now.
not the
Come on. Come
eyesight.
on, man.
God bless my brother. God bless my brother. Fuck it. Fuck
Come
with
on.
Gilly.
Um,
Come on, Gilly.
while we wait for him to come back, I want to ask you, Cuban, because I've
Yes.
seen the multiple interviews about the beef with you and Joe. So I want to ask you
Yeah.
personally, what happened?
Oh man, it's a lot of stories. That's a chapter that not too many want to touch. I mean, I touched that shit so many times, and I said it so many times that it's like, I mean, if you don't know me by now,
So
you will never ever ever know. I mean,
so
it's basically just we didn't see eye to eye. Let me just put it into a bigger focus. We didn't see really eye
I
to
don't
eye.
see you, Jazz, but I hear you though. Sorry, Q. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah,
we see you, Gilly.
I
You
you
got
appreciate
frozen
it.
though. Gil frozen in my shit. Um,
I see you.
yeah. So basically, Punch Death. Of course, it was even before Punch Death that
Yeah.
me and Joe wasn't seeing. Once I got my deal and I seen the way he was, he was my manager also. So you got to understand that. Like he
Yeah.
was the manager of all the Terror Squad artists.
Yeah.
So when it was my turn and I got my deal, my album was already on the like done and everything for a year, and I didn't see Joe really putting the manager's work behind it, and I'm still giving them 20% of every show and everything that I was
Mm-hmm.
doing. Which I mean, if you put it into an amount, it'll be like I gave him off the books and all of that
You talk
before
about
me dropping
Joe?
the album. Yeah, Fat
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah. So I made him over $150,000 just on shows and stuff. So I'm paying my dues without even actually my album out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm paying you. Like after a while, you're
Shit.
not coming to my shows. You know what I'm saying?
You was
You're
collecting.
not really fighting for my album to come out. As far as like with the label, I want to know what's going on. When I bring a deal in, you take the deal and you cut me like you know what I'm saying, a smaller percentage. So that kind of shit already rubbed me wrong because we
Right.
pay so much dues, and he was like, "Come on, man! Like you did a lot of
Right. A
in the
lot of
business
footwork.
part. I was already
Footwork.
seeing
Y'all put in footwork.
we did all of that, and
Yeah.
he deserves a lot of stuff. But we gave a lot of stuff. We did a
Mm-hmm.
lot of extracurricular stuff with him that we still to this day don't get paid. Pun did a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some songs that my brother wrote that to this day his kids would need that money. What's going on? So if you
Yeah.
love, you know what I'm saying, if you want to treat business the way it's business, so his business tactics and minds, like I started realizing, I started learning the game that you kind of jerking us, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. I mean, I let you do it because I think you deserve it. And as far as like we came from the same thing. You worked a lot before us too. It's not like it's about us, but we gave you a lot, man. I know I did. I put my life on the line for a lot of shit. So after a while, I said, let's get the negotiations right. And if I'm giving you 20%, I expect you to represent me
Right.
with twenty
Stand for
percent.
me. Stand for me
You
a
know what
little
I'm saying?
bit.
What, right when I ask a question about what's up with my album, you don't give me the I don't know what's going on, and then later on, the rug is lifted out of my fucking feet, where now I'm left in limbo because I didn't know that it was gonna put it out. So all of that was fishy
Wow.
to me. The regular personal part about me and Joe was a lot. I'm not a yes man, never been one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Never been a stunner
Yeah.
where you know what I'm saying, I act out of my character just to show off.
Right.
So I mean, it's just me, you know what I'm saying? So if he say something to me where I feel disrespected, I'm gonna say something back.
Facts.
That kind of fireworks was going on behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and it was just a lot of things that
Listen, you
you
ain't
know
no
what I'm saying? And then
follower.
after
You wasn't a follower.
Right.
You wasn't a
I'm gonna be
follower, my
no, I'm a
nigga.
fellow. I'll follow you. I'll follow. I got no
Nah.
problem following
You
the
wasn't with
motherfucker
getting
that's representing.
disrespected.
That's representing my morals too, though. You
Right.
gotta, if you're the leader, it's gotta be a moral that I represent about you that
Right.
reflects me.
Damn.
That reflects me. You
Damn.
understand? So I'll follow you on fucking day if you that nigga,
Yeah.
and you fighting for things that I know that I will believe in, and that's what unity is. That's what teamwork is. But once
Be
you
fair.
start doing the greedy, the ego, all that shit
Yeah.
start getting in your way, and I see you now. It's about you, and it's about what you say. What the fuck?
Right.
You think I'm in Cuba, nigga? I left Cuba because I didn't like Fidel. Now you want to be Fidel in my motherfucking America? Hell no.
Right.
So that was a problem with me. You know what I'm saying? So that shit built it up, and then Pun passed away, and of course that took niggas to the next level. Where it's like, but not even me, because I was still when Pun passed, and all of course that shit broke everybody's heart. But I feel like it broke my heart more. But at the
Right.
end of the day, because I was just that's my brother, and I held a lot of shit like personally with him.
Mm.
But besides that, everybody went through that depression when Pun passed, and I got on my let's team up. let's do the team thing for Pun, because at the end of the day, I know that's my brother won, and this is a
Mm-hmm.
time where we all get together and we form Voltron, and we show the world what unity is about.
Right.
Right.
And but me thinking that way, because my action expressed those kind of feelings. You see me, if you go back in the days, this niggas that could vouch that I was doing 3 albums at the same time. I was doing mine. I was doing a Terror Squad. I was in Pun, Yeah Baby, mastering and editing and doing skits for his album. So I was on my overdrive on work. So I was, trying to get the crew together to do things together. But just that wasn't good enough for the rest. Like for Joe, I seen his mind
Right.
go on division. That's what I. Now they could always argue against this, but I seen it myself. I seen where he tried to separate. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen at the end of the day, after years later, about how what happened with me between the beef and all that, and then I got cut, and he whatever we fought, and all of that. And then I said, was this a fucking setup for him to come out with an album after Pun Pass, so he could get that reception from the, so he could
Mm.
get that light again? I mean, it goes so much in my ways. I mean, only he could answer those questions, like, but I don't think he would, because that's real shiesty if he did it that way. But that's the way
You know what
everybody
it is.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
He
Once
did
you
it.
get a taste of that, once you get a taste of that nectar, you do whatever to keep it. With anybody and anything. Like we don't gotta say no names, but once you get a taste of that nectar, you want to keep it. And
Yeah.
you do anything to keep it.
So that's
Yep.
my difference between me and him.
You know what I mean?
Y'all hear Cuban breaking up, or is it just me?
Exactly, and I see
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
he
Cuban, you
breaking up a
breaking
little
up.
bit.
You gotta like you're moving too fast, George Jetson. You
Um,
on your George Jetson right now? Like you too fast for the camera, my nigga.
Okay.
so he actually froze right now.
That nigga
Cuban
in the
Yeah,
froze.
Matrix, man.
he
So
froze.
really, let me ask you
Yeah,
a question.
yeah,
But when you think,
Since we asked Cuban a personal question, let me ask you one
yeah.
too,
keep it
Gilly.
moving.
Now, not a lot of people know. Well, for the ones who don't know, a lot of people didn't know that you were the road manager for DMX. Can you tell us your experience with working with X?
Yeah, absolutely. But I do
Wow.
want to talk about when I wrote. I do want to talk about when I road managed Pun too, though. Before I managed DMX, but definitely
Okay.
DMX was a reward to me, and I never said this before. But
Whoa.
DMX going on tour was a reward for me from Pun because Pun never toured the world, and when I went on tour with DMX, it was like a Texas run, and then it was a European run for like two
Yeah,
years.
Wow.
So and
Wow.
like yo, bro, that shit was always so overwhelming. Like tears would come to
shit,
my in
my
the back,
Wi-Fi
and
ain't
X
going well.
and X would be like, "Yo, you
Yo.
all right?" Like he'll stop his show. He'd be like, "Cause I was holding him down," and he'd be like, "Yo, you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'll talk to you about it later." And then
Yeah.
he would tell me himself, like,
Because he was
yo,
preaching.
you
He
wish you
was
could have did this
preaching.
with your dog, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro,
Us.
but I'm doing it with the other
Maybe
dog."
bus.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was dope. It was that was
Yeah.
dope. So he's dope. DMX, the artist, is an
Yeah.
incredible person. He's an incredible artist.
Yeah.
But I know both of them. I know Earl
The
Simmons and I
first,
Man,
know
that shit
DMX.
about to come
Actually, I
out.
know
Yeah.
all three
yeah.
of them.
How
I know all three of them. I know DMX. I
Chinese
know
food
Earl
for people?
Simmons, and I know
No?
Damien.
Okay.
And
Damien?
me and Damien, we done had a lot of words together.
Yo,
Oh, okay.
yo.
Tight.
You
Cocaine is
know
a
what I
hell of
mean?
a
So
drug.
I say again.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Well,
Check it
yeah,
out.
and
Come back.
I'm not one to throw nobody under the bus, but
Me neither.
I get it. I
Me neither,
respect
but
it.
we realistic.
No, but yeah, and I respect it. But when they come to business, like every rock star does that shit. But
Yeah,
when they come
yeah,
to business,
yeah,
my nigga, when they
yeah,
come to
yeah,
business,
yeah.
you can't be missing 10 flights. Sorry.
Right.
So that's where the problem starts.
Yeah,
When the
yeah,
artists start missing
yeah,
flights
yeah,
and then the promoter calls you and be like, yo, bro, like I ain't gonna keep paying for flights. And then you go to a city like tricking them niggas and you wind up wondering why you got. You know what I'm saying? Because you fucking with these promoters that street niggas, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got a good rapport out there because even though I done fixed a lot of shit, but bro, a lot of
Gotta keep that
promoters
respect.
almost wanted to hate me. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
back.
Ba-da.
You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of promoters, and that's the problem as being a road manager because, it's like, you got a lot of responsibility. You got responsibility for the artist, even though he's a grown man, but he's still a responsibility. You know,
Right.
you got to keep him in bounds. You know what I'm saying? Rap artists, nobody really ever said this to y'all. Rap artists are like fighter planes. Once they're in the air, you got to let them burn their fuel. You cannot stop
Yo.
them in midair. You cannot
Yo.
stop them in midair because you know what? They're gonna attack you or they're gonna go further out of bounds. They're gonna fucking whatever you call that shit, son. Them niggas they're gonna just go AWOL. They just gonna leave,
AWOL,
and then you
exactly.
gotta
That's
check,
a good analogy.
and then
Oh wow.
and then you as the road manager, right?
Yeah.
You can't just sit back. You got to go AWOL too, because now you got to
Yo.
make sure he don't get in no extra trouble.
Yeah, yeah,
You feel
Right.
me?
yeah,
So that's a big responsibility. So once that problem begins with artists, once they start forgetting that it's the business,
yeah,
the
Yeah.
rock stars never forget that. They go bugged out, but they on that stage when it's showtime, bro.
Right.
yeah,
They
Right.
could
Yeah.
disappear for hours,
yeah,
but they right there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They in the vicinity. So when an artist begins to do that, that becomes a conflict. And like Cuban said, bro, I ain't no follower. I will follow a good leader
yeah,
Right.
because I am a leader, right?
yeah.
But if you start leading me down a swampy road
Right.
or a swampy river, my dogs,
You got to
I don't know
respect.
what's gonna come out that river, bro, or
Right.
that brook,
Right.
or that forest. So
For
nah,
real.
bro, then me and you gonna have a problem now. And if I
That's
gotta quit, then I quit, my nigga. And that's just the bottom line. I respect what you do, but respect what I do. I'm here for you. The road manager is like, bro, it's like a father, bro. It's like a parent
yeah,
because you do everything for them. As a
Yeah.
manager, too, managers are supposed to do that, but the road manager, the manager just picks up the phone call and gives you an itinerary.
Yep.
The road manager is the one that got to follow that itinerary, that
babysitter.
blueprint. You know what I mean? And you got to be on time. If not, bro, you look bad. And
Yeah,
you look bad both angles. The artist be like, yo, what the fuck I'm being here late for? Why I'm
yeah,
here too
Right.
early? You know what I'm saying? Where my food? I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you my outfits, what am I wearing? You know what I'm saying? So you got to go get 3 outfits, get them ready, line them up, make sure their jewelry's washed. You know, you got to
yeah,
make sure their jewelry sparkling. You
yeah.
know what I mean? That's the road manager's duty. So yeah,
Yo,
with X, I did all of that, and he took it for granted. That's all I can
See,
say. He just took it for granted. My ability of my work.
man.
Well,
I'm,
I will say this.
but I love him. But I love him though. I tell you, I would. That man is an incredible artist. Like I said, I know 3 of them. I know Earl Simmons, I know DMX, and I know Damien. I know all 3 of them very well. That's the only way I
Well,
can put it.
I will say this.
Yo.
But wait,
Speaking with what the
before,
people don't know
yeah,
is me because I've had personal conversations with Gilly, and about X, and I'm not gonna put all of that out there what we spoke about, but I will say this:
that's for
Gilly,
the book. That's for the book that you're gonna help me write.
we gonna talk about that, but Gilly
Stop
spoke
playing,
very
Jazz.
highly of him. You can tell that he put his heart, sweat, and tears into not Big
still
DMX,
let
but Earl, the person.
Earl Simmons. Earl Simmons. He's born on the same day as Cuban and as the same day as my mother, December 18th.
Whoa.
Him, Cuban, and my mother. What kind of
me.
connection is that?
That's crazy.
Wow.
My mother, Cuban Link, and DMX born on
December
the same day.
Damn. What's
And
that
see,
day?
he wasn't just a road manager, y'all. He was a friend. Like, I mean, I'm not sure if y'all not friends with Gilly or if y'all are friends with Gilly, y'all could see like they had a whole friendship.
Oh, that's
For
my
sure.
dog. I don't know. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. Built for war. BFW. That's he got that on his neck. I got it here. He tried to get me put on his neck, and I was like, nah, dog. I put it on my forearm. And this is my old Terror Squad tattoo that I took out when they did Cuban dirty. I was like, fuck y'all, but I still rep the Terror Squad from the hood. From the hood, I rep the Terror because there's Terror Squad brothers from the hood that
Yeah,
really lived that shit, bro.
yeah.
Pun said he was gonna put it into music. Pun said, I'm gonna take this name and make it into a musical name. You know what I'm saying? But it was brothers in the
Wow.
street, Spanish brothers just trying to hold down their community
Right.
back in the days when it was still, interracial wars and all that, still trying to get along. When you move into the
Yeah.
projects, you know what I'm saying? So, that's them. I never lived in the projects. I live on a block. You know what I'm saying? I have my own block, bro. But obviously I used to go in the projects. But but
Yeah.
but yeah, man. But go ahead, Jazz. I'm sorry, but yeah, man. Yo, I love. He's a good
Hey,
dude, dog.
yo, brother,
Man. Yeah.
pun, pun, man. How being the road manager with Punny was. You know how that was.
Oh man. Well, pun. That's special, bro. I call myself the super nanny on that one.
Wow, yo,
You know what I'm
yo,
saying?
yo. This nigga was all over the place.
Nah. I mean, Pun was cordial. Pun
Uh,
just he always be in his room,
yeah,
AC booming like a mug. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Sleep because he had narcolepsy, so he would sleep a lot, and then he'd get up. We'd get him to go into the pool and move around, move his body around in the swimming pool. I was doing isometrics training with him without niggas even knowing. Like they thinking niggas is
wow,
stupid. You know what I
wow,
mean? But brother, I went to school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to school, so I studied
yeah,
sports medicine. I'm an athlete. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So I knew what to do with that big body. I used to get him like tuna fish sandwiches, turkey and cheese sandwiches, you know,
yeah,
and then try to get him on a good meal. But he liked to cheat. He was Pun, and I
yeah,
it was and yeah, I imagine I had to get all his outfits, carry all his luggage,
yeah,
and always lift him up when he was ready to stand up. I would little old me would pick him up, and
yeah.
that was a blessing, bro. Like I thank God for what he did, man. Like he put me around greatness. Like I'm the
Greatness is
Forrest
Wow.
Good of the hump. I'm
Yeah,
Forrest. What's his name? Forrest Gump of the hood, bro.
yeah,
That's who I
yeah.
am, bro.
Let me
That's
ask you a
dope.
question real quick,
Dope as
because
fuck.
Cuban is frozen. Cuban, you're
that
frozen.
hold on, here he go. But let me ask you something real quick. That fit that you got on,
Cuba.
tell
Yes.
us what that fit is
pure.
about right there.
Well, this fitted came about after the the after the fallout with what happened with X, right? Like after we just stopped doing business together. One day my wife is like, "Yo, bro, but you do so many things. Why don't you create a name?" So I created Pure because I have a pure heart. I've done everything y'all already heard me say. Like I've ain't no fuck shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I do fuck shit if a nigga do fuck shit to me first. I
right.
play defense, my dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I give you the first shot. I give you
yeah,
always the
yeah,
first shot. If you knock
yeah.
my head off, though, so be it. Then I went to the Lord.
That's
You
just
know what
like
I
a New
mean? But if
York ass. That's just like a New York
Right.
nigga, boy.
right, so you know what I'm saying? Like
That's
you
just
know,
yo.
so my wife was like, "Yo, create a name." So I said Pure, and then Pure is in Spanish, Pure, right? And
Yeah,
so we bought the
You're right.
font. We bought the font and then we put the name together. So it also stands for power, unity, righteousness, and equality, the 5%, right?
All right now.
oh,
And right. So
I need some of that merch, dog.
right,
oh,
and
that's
then
dope.
it got fire and smoke because fire is the first element of life,
Fire
right?
and smoke.
And where there's fire, there's
Yeah.
smoke. You know what I mean? You already know.
Yep,
So I just that name came to me. So I said, it looks sexy. I did it like it would be like of a Puma, a Nike, a Gucci
Right.
type of style. I didn't do like no crazy shit. So then I just started with like right off the block, son. A half a dozen.
boom.
Half a dozen, a dozen, half a dozen, because I got to pay bills and I got kids.
Yeah,
You know
Right.
what I mean? So, I'm still waiting for somebody to be like, yo, I love your shit, bro. Like, I'm ready to give you a deal. So, like that, we could get back on again. So this is all I got. You know what I mean? So, and that's where this came about. After that, like they say, after something fucks up, something great comes out of it. Well,
Right.
after that, all that fuck up, something great came out of it, and it's pure.
Hey,
Or it's
uh,
yeah.
how do
that's
y'all
dope.
how do both of y'all feel about what's going on right now with all the rioting and like all the shit that's going on? Like we avoiding the elephant in the room. How do you, Cuban, and you also feel about America finally?
Gully, what's going on up there though,
Yeah.
man?
Well,
We
I'll tell you
gotta.
like this. I'll tell you like this. I do a morning show every day on Facebook, right?
Yeah,
My own shit. I just get on my Facebook. I just press live. I put some music on, like I'm my own little radio station, and then I cut it off, and then I do like I praise God, and then I just start talking about the topics of the day of the world. So
Right.
I've always spoke about this. My motto is ring the alarm. I've always said that ring, let's get it, let's go, wake up. Give it to God first, second, and third. He gonna give it back to you four, five, six on the CeeLo side. You
mm-hmm.
feel me? Just to get our brothers aware of God, right?
Right.
So, and then I talk about this, and I always said, we taught the 5%. We the 12 tribes of Israel for real. Like it don't matter if you black, if you Spanish, Indian, because there was only three kinds of people on the earth. But really two. There was brown and of light brown, and then they became Canaanites once they had to walk into the Caucasus Mountain. And when they came
Right.
back out, is what we see. So remember, the same way they broke up the hieroglyphs and changed Cleopatra to a lighter brown of skin, You know what I'm saying? The same thing they're doing with us. There's nothing, the Prophet Muhammad says there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I feel about it is just total it definitely is a stand up. We need that, bro. Like it's been 450 years. Like I was teaching
Preach.
the other day. The other day I was teaching that when the colonists came from Europe, there was only 13 states that were unionized.
Mm-hmm.
The southern states had the Confederates
Right.
and the West had the Cowboys,
Yep.
right?
Right.
So 13 states had their own dollar, like the euro dollar. The Confederates had their own dollar, right? And the West only had gold, cattle, and oil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the origin of America,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Preach.
we'll get back to pun whenever you want me to stop, but I do
Preach.
this, bro.
Preach that.
So so
Good jewels, baby.
so when the union, they decided they're the corporates, right? So remember, in the days of the slaves, the South had an opportunity to offer the slaves the same thing the North offered them. If you
Right.
fight with us, we will free you.
Mm-hmm.
The South could have did the same thing, right?
The British offered them freedom and they took it.
The North did, the 13 states. Let's
The
go with the
British,
13 states.
yes.
The first map,
Yes.
the colony, the
Yes.
forefathers, the Constitution
Yes.
lovers, right? Us,
I'm
right?
first.
So they went and they didn't want to free the slaves. They didn't want to free our people, right? They didn't want to free our people. Our
Not at all.
people made it through what's her name? How can I forget her name, man? Wow, I'm doing bad. But Nat Turner and the Underground Railroad, they
Right.
made it to the North, and then they created the army, and they went and fought the South and freed the South.
You talking
But
about
do you
Harriet
think
Tubman?
Harriet Tubman?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you for helping me. You
No
know what I'm saying?
problem.
I'm a little, I'm everywhere right now. But so so that's my philosophy, and this is what God tells me inside my heart from what I've learned in the school system,
Right.
right? So whatever they fought, you think the South was happy that they lost the Confederate dollar? They lost their
Nah.
property.
We
Remember, and
still
they
fighting
promised
that
us,
battle.
and the North promised us 40 acres and a mule once we won the war. We never got it.
They rescinded it. That's why they killed Lincoln to rescind
Yep.
that.
So it's always been going on, dog. So you know what I'm saying? Until we remember that we are Egyptians and we won't be looked bad upon on God again, that God said you enslaved my own people. That's why Pharaoh fell. Because
Right.
we enslaved us first.
But
You dig
not
what I'm
giving
saying?
knowledge. But not
Right.
giving knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? So right, so that because we are supposed to all serve each other equally. It's all right if one, like again, that's what the leader. If one is a leader, a good leader, he's the master, of course.
Yeah.
And then after he dies, you become the master, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
know what I mean? But everybody want to be the master.
Yeah.
A 13-year-old kid want to be the master.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
So right now this needs to happen, but it needs to be a peaceful action because they need to see that we have intelligence now, which we always had. Like, yo, we didn't like. It bothers me when people say you you know you prevented us from reading. No, bro, we are the scripturers.
Mm.
You got shocked. You got scared, just like we're scared now. Would I like for us to try to be as they're understanding now? The white man from today, he's like, yo, y'all can't keep doing that. Like, you know what I mean? And I hope it just comes together, man, through the grace of God. But only God can save this in Jesus, bro. Dead ass. Nobody else. It's
So let
only
me,
the
let me ask you
pure in the
this.
heart. Yeah.
Um,
Where can I get some merch, man?
I'm just starting with my hats. I'm working on my webpage. Yeah, I'm starting like right off the block, bro. Straight up. I'm starting again from scratchity scratch.
So can I inbox you my address and can you pay me?
Absolutely, absolutely, bro.
All right,
Absolutely. I'll
all
show
right,
you once we get off of this.
yeah,
We'll do the other FaceTime, and I'll
yeah,
show you what I got in stock. And there's nothing.
yeah.
I'm doing girl hats too.
I do want
I
to
want
say
to do
this.
buckets. I got an idea for that bucket. I got you.
You
Go
see
ahead.
I
I'm
me,
do
sorry,
right?
want to
Jess.
say this. If y'all not friends or follow Gilly's page,
Yeah,
I advise y'all to because,
Yeah,
like
just
he
follow me because I got 5,000. I'm a little lucky.
and,
I got a
well, he
little
does
5,000 on
go.
Facebook. I'm all
and
right.
if and
Yeah,
listen,
he does go live every morning,
if
and
you
when I
if you
tell
get
you,
this,
I tune in every morning when I'm on the way to work. to get
if you
that
kicking this
word
knowledge,
and
you kicking this
knowledge.
knowledge like this though every morning.
I've been
Yeah,
teaching it, bro, but I'll make you
You ride
laugh. I'll be
you
blacking
riding here
out though. I ain't
saving
go front.
souls. You
I'm
riding here
trying.
saving
Hey,
souls.
listen. I work for a program called Cure Violence. I
uh,
work for a program called Cure Violence, SOS, Save Our Streets from Gun Violence, right?
word.
And I was doing it here in the South Bronx. I went 500. Me, my brother Commando, my sister Kiki, my man Lobo, my man Born. We was all a team. We were getting paid
Shout out
from
Kiki.
a
Shout out
nonprofit.
Commando.
Yep. And shout out my man Mario Machete and Alan Conyers, Booby. That's Pun's cousin. I know he's on. I saw his
Booby.
name.
What up, Al?
Booby the boxer. Alan Conyers was a contender too, and
Yeah.
um and so I worked with SOS, and you know I used to go to the homies in the street, and I used to be like, yo, just pause your gap, bro. Like, you know what I mean, save your bullets. And I used to convince them that way because it's how you talk with them. It's not how you talk to them. It's that you have to talk
Right.
with them
Right.
because
Right.
they everybody has their
Right.
own brand and their own feeling, and we
Right.
forget that. We want people to think of
Right.
how we thought in our day.
Right. Right.
You
right,
know what I mean?
Don't forget. Don't
Don't
forget.
forget, these boys
Yeah.
is coming up and these young
Yeah.
ladies are coming up. All you
Yeah.
could do is be like, hey, stay in
Yeah.
bounds. That's that road manager
Right.
shit. Yo,
Right.
and they're going to still fly out of bounds,
Right.
but at least you warned them.
You
They come
talking
back
about
with the broken leg. They be like,
right.
they come back with the broken leg. They be like, hey, bro, all right, let me sign that cash for you. Get well
Mm.
soon type shit. You know what I mean?
right.
You know, but yeah, but that's what I do. And then, you know, I'm trying to do my merch. I'm working
That's
on my
dope.
website. And so, yeah, I
That's
went
dope.
500 and something days without a shooting in the South Bronx.
Oh man.
And then when I try to
Man.
want to take it to another level, the in betweeners that got that conversation with the white man that don't want you to have, the Jews that you're fixing society,
Yeah.
they all of a sudden start, creating situations. And I went on tour with X, and I took a leave of absence when they told me I come back whenever I want. So after that, after all that fallout, I try to come back, and they try to, bro, they ran me through the bullshit, bro. And I was like, nah, y'all good. But I
Right.
guarantee you, if I would have been working with SOS right now, I'm not going to say that the looting would have happened, but I know enough people in the streets that
Yeah,
I know that there would have been a budget and we would have held down every front of every store and everybody
Right.
would have got a little stipend.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To go home and take to their family or go, you know what I
Right.
mean? That's what we're
let me ask
supposed to
you
do.
this real quick.
Right.
Hocus. Now,
Oh man, that's my dog.
cause he went to school with me too. Hocus.
Bang bang boogie, the hood.
Right, no,
That was that. We started that. I started that.
Wow.
Me Hocus and PO. God rest his soul. My man George Brown.
Wow.
I
Hocus is
started that too. I started that. Matter of fact, Hocus just dropped a documentary called Kings of
yes,
the
he
Hill.
did. Yes, he
And,
did.
and, and you can see me in that interview. They gave me my little love. But man, what we was about to do with Bang Bang Boogie, you remember I was into that. Me, Red Child, my man Red Child
Wow.
was the manager with me, and then Po was like, Po was the boss, and he was the thinker, he was the brain behind all this. We was just ready to make moves. We
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
My Son, Cuban Link, and Lord Tariq. Like, yo, bro, like who could put that together? Then we
What the
get
fuck?
and then,
Yo,
and then we get Hocus
What
Four
was
Lord
Fifth.
that? The,
Lord
Say that
Tariq
one more
was
that was
time.
so
Say that one
Decepticon.
more time
Check
for the
this
people in
out.
the back.
Was that a
Say it one more time for the people in the back. That was who?
It was the Bang Bang Boogie group was management was myself and Red Child
Uh-huh.
and
uh-huh.
and George Brown, PO. George Brown, he played for Alabama. He played basketball and everything at his
Yeah.
time. Great dude. My brother, he died a while ago, and we miss him dearly. But P.O. was the brain behind everything. He put it all together. He's like, yo, Gilly, I need you to get Cuban. I'm gonna introduce you to Hocus. And then, me and Tariq, we already knew each other. And me and my son already knew each other a little bit because he just came out of jail. And then he's like, yo, we're gonna put this crew together. We're gonna get Cuban. Gilly, you got Cuban? I said, I got Cuban.
Hey
That's light. I'm gonna
man.
bring Cuban.
Hey man.
You know what I'm
Them
saying?
ain't no small names you throwing around, brother.
Yo, bro, I could throw them all.
Listen,
I
like
could throw
listen,
I could throw mad people out, man.
listen.
Don Amar, Tego Calderon.
But listen. Here's me giving props to you, brother.
Thank you,
Do
man.
do
I'm
you
humble, man. I'm just a
hear
humble servant, bro.
hey,
do you
hey.
hear the names that God has allowed you to throw around?
Yo, I'm Forrest
Like,
Gump of the hood. I'm Forrest Gump of the hood,
Yeah.
man. Yo, that shit is crazy. Yo, even more, bro. I could go more. Hector Camacho Jr., Mike Tyson,
No.
Fresno Kendo,
But
Um,
that's why we call him Gilly the fucking
Talk,
legend.
who
yo,
Because
else,
yo,
man?
yo,
I
yo,
go, I go
Gilly,
street legend. I
talk
go
your
street legend.
shit.
I go street legends, bro. Like from
Talk your
Baltimore.
shit.
I go to
Talk your
Baltimore.
shit.
What was my man from Baltimore that he died?
oh shit,
That he was
damn,
in the wire that they played him. That was my man. I got a picture with him. I gotta find it.
Omar S.
Who
Omar,
you talking
what's
about?
his name? The
Yeah,
OG. No, the man that they played, the real gangster.
yeah. I
I
can't
can't
remember
remember
his
his name too.
Bron,
No, you know you
Bron,
talking about from on the
It'll
wire.
come to me, shit, because I can't remember. I done
Yo,
draw a blank.
him, yo, that
Barksdale.
Barksdale.
oh
Barksdale.
yeah, Avon Barksdale.
Yeah.
Yo, me and him, bro, I chilled with that man in Baltimore for 2 weeks. I don't know how. We're through SOS. That's how, because he was doing the SOS with me in Baltimore. And when they introduced me and him, yo, he's telling me, yo, get in my car. Come on, we're gonna ride and talk. I was like, yo, bro, yo, even with X, even with the
Talk
first
your
day,
shit, man.
even the first day I chill with X, like we hit it off. He called me to the room. He's like, "Yo, we smoke a L." That nigga, he only listened to his music. That's why he's so dope. He don't listen to nobody music. He listen
I
to his
agree
songs
to
over
that.
and over and oh, yo, bro, he could do his songs without a beat on
Gilly,
on
we got
on
a
rhythm.
question for you. We got a question for you. Bossed up stacks. Shout out to my brother in the comments.
Dope,
Bossed
man.
up stacks.
Love is
um,
love.
he
Hey,
got a
man.
question for you. He said, "Are they gonna give something to the underground? I guess underground artists and stuff. Are y'all
I'm
going?"
trying. I was doing another show that I did like 3-4 years ago called 16 Bars of Real Rap.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my young boys from the street created it, and they were like, "Yo, Gil, you gotta host it because you know everybody." So I said, "Fuck it." I started hosting. That's what gave me this shit that I could do now. Like I'm
Yeah.
fluent with it because
Yeah.
I was in front of the fire. But we also let me go back with pun. Like one day, I had to hype pun at a show because Sace wasn't there. I think it was just me and Cuban,
Right.
and Pun said, "Yo, you gotta hype me." And man, I grabbed that mic, bro. I was like, "Shit, shit,
It's a different feeling.
shit, shit." And that nigga told me, that nigga said, "Yo, you better go look in the mirror and go and
Tighten up
practice my
right.
shit just in case I need you again." So
Wow.
I had to do that. I was never afraid to learn. So anyway, we started 16 bars of real rap. I was starting to touch the industry ribs, and then I don't know, all of a sudden niggas was like, "Yo, as long as your man Gilly's down with it, y'all never gonna get the bag." So them niggas went and they left me. And they was like, "Yo, as long as,
Wow.
don't worry, fall back, we'll give you the bag." So I'm like,
So
Wow.
Miguel,
at first I said no, but yeah, I'm trying to do it again. I just got to create another platform. It's just so hard, right? When they break your house down, you got to rebuild
Wow.
with
Wow.
the resources you find along the way. But yes, I
Yeah.
would love to do that because I was doing that. But I used to have 30 rappers in a room for free. For
Damn.
$10 to get in, maybe
But
selling water.
Yeah.
I'm selling water and soda
Smart. You
at the
got to
bar.
cap some way.
You know what I'm saying? But then niggas hated. I started doing videos, and then some of the rappers within started hating because I was trying to do a new Wu Tang, a new Terror Squad. Like that's how you do it.
Right.
You step to the, like Punch said, unite the city and step to the world as a weapon.
Right.
That's what
right.
Punch said in one of his rhymes. So,
Right. Listen,
uh,
how you
so
said it is
look,
how I heard it. I can't
okay.
yo, this is
recall,
the
but
first.
how
You
you
know
said
what,
it is
dog?
how I heard it.
You know
You
what,
know,
y'all?
you understand.
This is the first interview I've done in 20 years, bro. Nobody dare interview me. They all push me away. They be like, "No, yo."
You
Even
ain't
one
scared
time,
of that. You
Minnesota. My
ain't
man,
doing
you
anything
know,
to you.
who Minnesota is? Minnesota's one of the best producers from Soundview. Mark
Uh,
Richardson, right? And Minnesota one day they took him to an interview about pun, and he brought me because he said, "Yo, Gil, I just remember pun from Soundview, but after that he was with you guys, so maybe you could help tell more of the story."
Right.
Bro, when the director said after Minnesota said, "Yeah, but my man Gilly gonna tell you that," they were like, "No, we have no more time. I'm sorry, no more time. We gotta go." And
Oh.
so you guys have my first ever, 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 ever.
Al.
Hey. Well, shit, brother. Like I said earlier, talk
Yo,
your
shit.
shit.
Okay. Let me
Finally,
give
I
Talk
got.
your shit.
Finally,
Yeah.
I feel like, yo,
uh,
bro.
let me give a
Hey,
shout out to real quick the BX Suave because
Oh man, the boy's so nice. Gotta say his name twice. That's my baby boy. I
and
put
he
him
was
against anybody. I put him. That's my wolf. Him, my man Money L, and my man GV Porter. I got three dudes, dog, that I put him against anybody.
yep.
oh,
Now let me tell you, BX
damn.
Suave, he was on the show. a season or two back, and but see, I know BXY on a personal level. Me and his sister grew up together. We went to school. Matter of fact, she was just in the comments a little while ago. Shout out to Kimberly Two Tone. Happy
Shout out,
belated
shout out
Kimberly.
birthday.
Kimberly.
I love you. BXY. Let me tell you, that's my brother.
Yeah, that boy's crazy.
Hey, yeah, I've been with him on his journey, and I love him to death. Like if anybody fuck with him, I'm going to war over him.
Right, that's my baby bro. That kid is incredible, man. He's another one. He's another one that he could be at that level that is like again the Forrest Gump Gilly again. Like he's got that potential. He got that potential, man. Yes,
Yeah,
scared. Sorry, Jazz.
yeah.
Yo, my brother bossed up Stack said he was just talking to Minnesota not
Yeah,
too long.
many, bossed up. That's family. We all grew up together. That's what I'm saying. Blacks, Puerto Ricans, we don't believe in that. That's why I don't know who's jacking this shit. Like,
Yeah,
yo, bro, like that shit don't exist. Like, yeah, of course, we always gonna beef with each other. Who don't?
yeah.
Black
Right.
on
Right,
black,
right.
black on black crime is black on black crime. Whether you
Exactly.
Spanish, whether nigga
Right.
you black, it might even be a
Bam.
white, it
Listen,
might be a
bam.
poor white
Listen,
boy.
bam.
It might be a
Listen,
poor white boy. They might put him on black and black
cause
crime.
listen,
For
cause
real.
listen, cause listen. If you put a whole bunch
For
of
real,
crabs in a
Gully.
listen, if you put a whole bunch of crabs in a barrel, ain't the news reports ain't gonna say crab on crab crime. If you put a lobster in that bitch, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? The lobster was born here anyway. Don't believe in terminology. Once they start coining terms, they coin it to use it
Agenda.
against you.
It's an agenda.
Black on
Yo,
black crime.
yeah.
So I want to
Um,
ask this because this is I
Where's
really want.
Cuban? Cuban is frozen?
Yeah, Cuban. I think Cuban lost touch, y'all. So hopefully we get him back by the end of the segment. If not, then
He was
we're gonna have to
chilling too.
probably get him on another day. But let
So
me ask you this: I
Yeah,
want to know what happened to TS. Why did they break up?
man. Cause the glue died. The king, Marcus Aurelius, died. It's like Gladiator. You ever see Gladiator?
Uh
You
huh.
see, you see
Cause
when the
fun
king,
died.
you see when
Cause
the
fun
king, when
died.
the king was sick, and Cuban was like the Spaniard, right? Like the nigga went to war forever for that king,
He
and
was a
then all,
champion.
and then all of a sudden, the king want to give it to Cuban, and Cuban don't really want it. He want the king to live, right? But then
yeah.
the son was like, "Yo, you love that nigga more than me." And all of
Yeah.
a sudden, this nigga is
Yeah.
out, and all of a sudden, you the king. That's how I
Yeah.
saw the fallout, right? So,
Wow.
and that's the only best way
Yo.
I could ever put it.
Yo.
I
Hey.
cannot put it
Hey.
no better
Listen.
way. Or
Yo.
even, or even the
Yo.
count, or even the movie,
Yo.
The Count of Monte Cristo, bro. I watched this movie
Yo.
1,000 times because that's what happened to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Count of
Yeah.
Monte Cristo and Gladiator. Those are like one of my two, other than the Godfathers, the Scarface, whatever, whatever. But those
Right.
two movies I just mentioned, The Count of Monte Cristo and
Yeah.
Gladiator,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it explains the rise and fall of Terror Squad, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like Cuban was telling y'all, there was a little turmoil inside. Me, I'm just a worker. I just want the label to win. I work for the label. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm
It's
with the label. I
teamwork.
want to help Joe build the label. I want to help
Right.
Flex, which was his manager, God rest his soul, and Mickey Benson. They taught me. Mickey Benson is Ice-T's manager now. Look again.
Wow.
So they taught me how to be a road manager like that off the street. Pun was like the story with Pun was like one day we was in a house, a Little Hex house, and they're at the table, Pun, Cuban Sace, the sick one, and we're all there. I'm there, just doing some other things, right? And
Mhm.
and they're rhyming at a table. They're just rhyming, bro. And it's
Right.
like, bro, it becomes like a seance where I cannot focus on what I was there to do,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So at one, I just said, "Hey, yo, y'all fucking serious?" And they was like, yeah, bro,
Hey,
we
you
serious.
get
Like
out of it.
we serious. No, I'm meaning like them niggas is spitting, like them niggas is doing
They getting it
albums.
in. They
Yo, bro,
getting
like
it
them
in. A
niggas is on,
full
like they
fucking
performing.
cipher.
Yo, bro, them niggas is just like that's like you feel like you in a trance.
Twilight Zone. I don't
You've ever heard rappers like that? Like I
listen,
know you
bro.
guys have
Listen,
heard niggas
listen.
spit in your hood. Like yo, bro, like this nigga mesmerized me.
No. I'm that nigga from
Oh,
my
you
hood. I
too?
don't throw it around
Oh,
as a
I want to hear
rapper.
you then. I want to hear you.
Nobody can fuck with me. I don't do that. I retired, but I know that zone you talk about when elite MCs get in a fucking room
And,
is nothing like it.
and mind you, and
No.
mind you, I was born in hip hop, so I grew up
Yeah.
with Grandmaster
Yeah.
Flash. I grew up. Melly Mel lived up the block from me. The Cold
Mm.
Crush Four, Grandmaster Caz.
Right.
He has a kid with my aunt, so I was always around hip hop. I used to carry their crates as a shorty. I was in Bronx River with Zulu Nation, Africa
Okay.
Bambaataa, in the jams. I was
Man,
on the
you
other
should.
side of town with the kid named Flash, Patterson and Millbrook Projects, Casanova all overs. You couldn't stop it. The
Throw it up,
KRS
Jazz.
One.
Throw it up.
You know what I
Throw it
mean?
up, Jazz. Throw that X up, Jazz.
So,
Throw it
so
up.
KRS One. You know what I'm saying? So I was part of live. I was there. I was living that. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't like no. I wasn't like no nigga. I was in the
Right.
jams. Yeah, I was
You
there,
Listen,
nigga.
you was in the
Wait,
mix.
you
pause.
had
You was
to.
in
I
the
was with
mix.
the.
It
I
was
was
It
a
must.
right.
part.
You know what I
Wait,
mean?
can
It was
So
a must.
hold on. Can we rewind? Because I ain't heard that in a little minute, being down in North Carolina. You said you ain't know what kind of nigga?
who
What you
me?
Yeah, you, Gilly. You
I
said you
for,
ain't know what kind of nigga?
I don't know, bro. I just be spitting and I forget what I say sometimes. But that shit come from God, the upper highs. Damn, my brothers are frozen too. Where they at?
Yeah, they froze out.
Oh, but let's
Hold
go. But what did I say, Jazz?
Nah, you had said you not know dun 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 dun. I ain't
Oh,
had
no, the tere, nigga. Yeah, that's that
I
hood
heard that
shit.
in a
I
minute.
ain't no tere ass nigga. No. There they go. My brothers are back.
We here,
Excuse.
baby. We
Yeah.
here, baby.
Hey,
So,
man.
yeah, man. So when I heard them spitting at the table like that, I said, yo, bro, if y'all for real, I would leave everything that I'm doing and I'll come work for y'all. Cause I'm tired of street life, bro. You tired of fucking
Right.
taking chances
Smart
all day
man.
long. You
Yes.
know what I
Smart
mean?
man.
So, right, I went to school, right? I know I went to school for business and all that. So, man, maybe, so whatever, life kept going on. Bro, no line, a whole year later, Pun has a song on the radio, but I'm hearing about him, but I haven't seen him. So my brother Marcus, I have a brother named Marcus. He used to run with Fat Joe because, again, just for the record, me and Fat Joe know each other since we were 10 years old.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? That's
mhm.
that's how long we know each other. So we grew up together. So we have a lot of differences, but I'm not here to. I don't like to talk bad about nobody. I'll tell them to their face if I have something to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those that go talk bad. So,
Right.
oh, you want to wait for the brothers to come back in, or should I just keep going?
Go ahead. They're coming in.
So, so with pun, so with pun, when I said that, I said, "Yo, y'all serious?" He said, "Yeah." So anyway, a whole year later, my brother used to bring the DAT home from the studio, and I used to listen to the song every time. You're in the bathroom, you got the radio in the bathroom. Every time you turn on the light, the radio turn on. You know what I'm saying? So, that's some Bronx hood shit. I don't know who else do that,
Right.
but I know that's everywhere. So every time I turn it on, there's Pun's album will be playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I already was in the shower mesmerizing songs. So one day he tells my brother, he says, "Yo, you remind me of somebody I know named Gilly." And my brother's like, "Yo, that's my brother." And he's like,
Wow.
"Yo, call that nigga, yo, call him. I want to see him." And so he said, "Bring him to the video." So I went to the video shoot at Boricua Morena, which was Puerto
Which
Ricans and
video? The first
Wait.
one? The first
Puerto
yeah,
video?
Ricans and
no,
black.
the second one with Joe, the Still Not a Player, the Joe the singer.
Okay, okay.
You
With
know
the
what I'm saying?
camouflage suit.
Remix.
Right, the remix. So I went down
Right.
to the video shoot, you know what I'm saying? And he saw me, he was like, "Yo, twin, I got a song, yo, listen to it." Listen, like he says, "I got a song, twins, I can't begin to tell you," you know what I'm saying? So that's how he spoke. So he's like, so he plays the song, and I'm like, he plays not the song that they do in the video, so he plays a song toe to toe with him and
Right.
Cuban.
Toe
So
to toe.
nigga,
Yeah, I
that was
know it.
that's my favorite judge shot. I had that shit memorized, so that shit is playing, and I'm singing. I'm like, nigga, that's you. I'm like, that's you and Cuban. He's like, yeah. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So he's like, yo. He
Yo.
said, yo, twin. What's up? Like, so you want to roll? And I'm like, hell yeah, nigga. What I gotta
Yeah.
do? He said, well, you gotta be my personal assistant. You start out with my as being my personal assistant. So,
Right.
I had to carry his bags, get his clothes ready, make sure he was always right. And then, as then I was Flex's assistant.
That's
and Mickey
trust. That's
Benson's.
trust right there.
Right, and
That's
Mickey
trust.
Benson's assistant. So, Flex was also a street person, very street knowledgeable. Yeah, he
Right.
had knowledge, but I just came out of school, not too many years after, but I was still computer literate. I'm saying, knowing how to fax, and these dudes is learning this along the way. So,
Right.
I'm over here dealing with promoters, dealing with white people speaking the way I speak. Because I switch it up. I get on my
Yeah.
nigga shit, but my words come clear. So, I
Right.
don't speak like I'm an American. That's what I want to say. This is the American
Damn,
way right here.
you damn
You know what I
right.
mean?
You
You
So,
damn
are.
right.
You are, regardless of what the fuck they say. You
right,
are
I'm an
American.
American.
You
Right.
damn
Right.
right.
Like we choose to put something before American, but at the end of the day, we
Bro,
American.
our families broke our backs for this, bro. If
They
they
sure
don't, if
did.
they,
Yeah.
bro, they told us
Talk,
get something out
yo,
of it. They
talk.
always told us get something out of it. Go to school, learn their
Yeah,
system. That's
yeah,
all. That's why we got all these elite, alpha mega black leaders, bro, because their
Yeah.
parents were smart, and those are the ones that are up there and telling them, go to school and learn the system.
right.
Right.
Look at your man on all the brothers on CNN, bro.
Yeah,
They don't look at them like they black.
Yeah.
nah,
Van
Yeah,
I
Van
man.
wanna
Van Vance whatever his name is, Vance Johnson or whatever his name is. They don't look
yeah,
at him like that. They
right,
respect that man, bro,
Yeah.
because
right.
he
I
know
wanna
what.
ask you
Yeah.
about the conversation that me and you had prior to um this segment. The abuse video that came out with Pun and his wife.
Yeah, Jazz is was my therapist for the first 2 days. I was so excited to get interviewed. Finally, I'm like, I had to throw up on her. I had to throw up on her. She's like, it's too hot. It's nasty. It stink. You know what I mean? She was. I was like, finally, man, somebody gave me a break to say some nice things about nice people,
And
man.
sometimes
Hey,
that shit
bro.
is
Hey,
needed.
she everybody therapist. Jazz is everybody's therapist,
Well,
y'all.
I'm
And
the
she
new
don't get
client.
it.
I'm the new client, my brother.
Yeah.
Look,
Thank
and I
you.
love
Man,
all my
listen,
Thank
patients.
you.
listen.
I love
Thank you.
all of them.
She got
Nigga
me
said,
too. She
nigga
called
said
me the
hi.
fuck out.
Nigga said hi. I'm your new client. My name is Gilly Delgado.
Right, right. She got
I
me.
gotta move over. My battery about to die. Hold
And
on. Let
look,
me move
I love
over.
all my patients. Shit, I love them because at the end of the day, it's needed. Sometimes everybody needs somebody to vent to, and like if I could give somebody just that moment to vent and let them get their emotions out, shit, go at it. Like,
Yo, it's needed. That's why I said the women are most important in men's lives. That's why we have to always really take care of them so much because yo, bro, they're the nurturers, bro. When you come out the hood and you just got your life saved by the strength of God, and you go home to that shorty, and all right, you gave her the bag, she's happy, but then she make you something hot to ease. She got her pajamas on, she cuddle with you, and then she even give you the happiest ending of the world. So why would you mistreat that?
Right.
That's why I love my wife, bro. 10 years, bro. Yo, bro, and I've been around the world, bro. I've been around the world, and I've done, I've been there. I've done, I've been that player
Congratulations.
there from the Himalayas too. I try, what I mean. I ain't that bad looking, you know what I mean. I'm light skinned, they like the light skinned niggas. He light skinned, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So, they like us too, you know what I'm saying. So,
Curling up in a
you know what I'm
couple and
saying?
shit, huh?
But when I got with my wife, and I speak highly of her, bro, because I never knew what the value of a woman was. My mother never taught me that. My mother's a hustler. You know
Right.
what I mean? So my mother was a dude, not that my mother was a foul lady. My mother was just a dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She was moving around
Yeah.
making money moves, and she was a woman
Right.
around men.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wasn't no pushover. Whatever she did to feed our kids is what
Yeah.
she did. That's her story.
Hmm.
But I
well,
respect it.
Hmm.
But I respect it because you know what? She provided as best as she knew how.
That's mom's,
Right.
nigga.
right. No, that's
Oh,
look. One thing
Hey.
I see, like a lot of men and a
Mom's
lot
this
of other
nigga.
races
Yeah,
don't understand. Like when
Mom's
it
this
comes
nigga.
to minority women and they kids and just a woman that's in the minority community, whether you
Uh-huh.
black, Puerto Rican, Dominican,
Mexican, it don't matter. Guatemalan, green, purple,
we
this shit don't matter, B.
we everything. We the wife, the girlfriend, the friend, the damn homeboy up the block, the damn kids' friends, the damn
Right.
therapist. We the
Yeah,
damn
man.
gynecologists. We all of that. We all of it.
Have to. Have
And
to.
we don't have
Yo, Jazz. Sorry to interrupt, Jazz. But remember what I was telling you about the Puerto Rican Indian and the Puerto Rican women from the Taino. Not before
Seconds,
we was even
brothers.
Puerto Rican, when we was just
yes,
Taino,
I'm moving.
right?
yes,
I told you that the women hung themselves, bro. They didn't go into it. Remember, Jazz?
yes.
Nah,
Mama,
it's
it's
my
over.
brother. You lucky. I'm nice on the ones and twos over here, bro. Waiting
Yo,
for you to
welcome
come
back,
back.
Cuban. Welcome
You in
back.
the Where you at? You in the dark? This nigga's in the
Thank you.
woods.
Yeah, there was a bad service all around, so I'm like, oh man, I'm in the
That
car.
nigga went to the
I'm
local
late.
gas station. That
Yeah.
nigga went to the local gas station because he was up in the mountain. That nigga went to
No,
the local
All
gas
over the
station to get
place,
some
man.
service.
I am weak.
That's my brother Q.
So Cuban, I'm gonna ask you just like I asked Gilly. Like, what we asked him, what happened? Why Terror Squad broke up? So I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Basically, different motives. I feel my personal opinion: greed,
They ain't spend the
uh,
money.
the vision of one man, uh, and eliminate any resistance, like any, keep the yes men around to follow that, and basically just bogart the house, man, and do what they wanted to do, or what he wanted to do, really, with it, and which means
Divide and
that
conquer.
it was about him and nobody else.
Divide and
Everybody else was
conquer.
second, and that wouldn't have
Keep the
been a
yes
problem.
men, get rid of the rest.
But you know, when you start like mishandling funds and taking advantage of budgets
Hmm.
that are artist budgets for your
Wow.
own, for your greed, and and then just mess up that artist's relationship with the actual label because he's in between. He was the
Wow.
middleman, and I
Wow.
didn't notice that to that. It's like later on when it's like, okay, besides him getting 20% of my, whatever I make,
He getting
he's also
everything.
the guy. He's my voice when it comes to, between me and my actual label. So can I
Negotiations.
entrust this guy right here to tell the label in a business sense my concerns, my needs? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I couldn't trust him no more, basically, because I seen things behind the scene that is like, you know what? It's better to separate ways, and we separated ways, and as far as like business in a business,
You saw the
in a
red
lawyer's office.
flags. You saw the
But
red
then it got
flags.
personal later on when the other stuff happened.
Right.
So that took me out. That took me out of the picture because it was just like, you know what? Now the energy was different after that. The energy was different.
Right.
So
So,
and I got caught up with that energy for a long time. So
mm,
and it's up to now, but basically like 2 years ago, well, I came to I'm saying, to a good space. Inside myself, and the music is taking over again, and I feel better about that. You know what I'm saying? So, we all grow up and stuff like that, but certain things it takes a
Time.
long time to get over. You know what I'm saying?
Time.
Whether we didn't have no
Time.
therapist. I didn't go to no special doctors
We
to
got one now. I
calm me
just said
down. We
that.
don't
We
believe in
got
that shit.
Jasmine.
You know what I'm saying?
right,
We just don't.
Yeah,
right.
Real
Jazz
life
ain't
and our
nobody's
music
fucking
is
therapist.
usually our escape. We vent out with shit like that where we
Yeah,
come from.
Mhm.
yeah.
So are y'all still in contact with Tony Sunshine?
Nah, there's no contact. They already make they made
They
their
chose their
choices.
side.
They showed me who they are.
Right.
Time.
So
People show
sad.
you who they are. You give them enough time, they show you who they are
When people
and
show
what they
you who they
represent.
are,
And
believe
we
them.
That's
just
who
don't
they
represent
I
the
really
same
are.
stand
things.
on that.
Believe him.
When
Yeah,
people
we
show
just don't
you who they
represent the
are the
same
first
things. And
time,
I'm better off with doing what I do as far as like myself getting my vision and my ideas out to the
Hmm.
world, my account, what I do. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
really, that my brother was pun, and that's it. At the end of the day, I had history with all of them.
that's dope.
Tony Sunshine even more, longer than pun as far as timing.
Yeah.
But he turned out to be a bad apple too, bad seed. So, like I said, I'm in a good spot. I don't need that. I don't need to try to rekindle no relationships.
Hmm.
All I do is do me,
Yeah,
wish positive vibes on whoever I'm saying is around me, and try to give off that great energy and tell a story that's real, tell a story that will help the music of hip hop, help humanity, and keep it positive. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Me
That's
as a
right.
father,
Yo,
and just keep that
yo.
positive road. Me getting caught up with that bullshit of you know, ghetto warfare with rhymes and all that. I did that already. I
Yeah.
already paid my dues. It's not
Yeah.
one thing in these streets that I ain't do that wasn't honorable and
Mm.
represented. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that, I already got my stripes in that. So it's time to move on. It's time to go back to the music. It's
Growth.
time to make
Growth.
put
Yep.
my attention into what I really got into this game for, and that's really to do what Pun did, like make a motherfucking mark in hip hop and get some awards. If I could, and shoot for
Yeah.
that type of energy and that type of stars in this
Hey.
music thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And make people enjoy my music. That's
What
basically what I'm on. But I'm
we
not trying
need
to
a
do none of that move backward shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on to the present and the future, which is it doesn't include
Are
none of
y'all
uh,
are y'all still in contact with Remy? Like, are y'all still on good terms? Or
not
I
really.
was
No, no, no. None
nah.
of them. None of them. I'm not in contact with none of them anymore.
mm.
You know, it
Gully.
was my
We need
Yo,
a
choices.
movie.
They're just what they do.
I
We
do.
need
I
a
mean,
movie,
like I
man.
said,
Uh,
they
Would
showed me
you
what
rather?
the way
help me.
people are
Would
Help.
you
right
rather
now.
Hey,
have it?
listen.
And cool,
Hey,
salute,
listen.
man. Do you? You know what I'm saying?
If
Do
you
y'all?
help me, if you
But
help,
let me do me. Is what I'm saying.
whoever help me, they gonna
Don't
eat,
act
bro.
like
I
you know
don't
me. Like you
care.
said,
I
act
I
like y'all
give
don't
up
know me
a
in an
great
interview
percentage.
and all of that.
Nobody want to
Don't
fuck with me
start
though,
acting like
dog.
you know me later
Cause it
on. That's
is
Man.
it. Just keep it like that.
haters, haters.
Y'all had your
Hey,
turn. Y'all
yeah,
have y'all moment. Enjoy it, man. I'm not hating or nothing. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do it my way,
that's
and
right.
that's it.
so let me ask y'all this: if y'all had the opportunity, because I don't know if y'all know about Mona Scott and the whole Love and Hip Hop franchise or whatever she
Yeah.
want to call it. If she approached y'all, would y'all take that? Would y'all take it and go on there?
It's funny because they approached me before 2 times,
They
and
did.
we went in there.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I approached them in the beginning because I wanted to be part of that for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? About probably like 8 years ago. I went, they
Uh-huh.
interviewed me and everything. I met Mona. Mona knows of me. And did the whole thing, the whole shebang where, they screen you, I guess. They ask you questions, you and your
Right.
wifey, whatever, or your partner at the time. And yeah, me and my partner at the time went and we did the whole screening thing, everything. Oh yeah, yeah, good, good. Next thing you know, they never called me back. So I knew we had done the
Right.
deal. They didn't
So
want me
you
no
know
more.
What
they
Then
damn
they
sure
get
ain't gonna
off.
call
Now they
me
got
because they know
Patrice
I'm
and
with
Remy.
Cuban forever. So they
And
ain't damn sure gonna let not
And
them
Remy
two.
You wasn't messy enough.
was cool. Like that's when the time when like Remy came out of jail and she was cool with Joe.
Yeah.
Mm.
So now I'm thinking, we not stupid. It's like, yo, my nigga, that's okay. They couldn't have me, but they could have Remy. Like you
Right.
understand? So it's
Right.
like, okay,
Still win.
something funny about that. I ain't think none of it. Then
You
again, we try to do
that was too real for it.
That's
Y'all
what
not.
it is, dog. Cause this shit.
You
Cause you know
wasn't
what,
messy
bro?
enough.
right, right. Might
That's
be that,
why.
might be
You
that,
wasn't
but
messy
That's
And,
enough.
and
why
this is
we
not
need
saying
a
that Remy
movie.
not real or none of that. None of that. We're
We
not
yeah.
need a
saying
movie, man.
No, no,
that.
no. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all put it
But it's
together,
like
yo.
I
Look,
wouldn't have
go
no
go
problem
talk
if
to
I was
Tyler Perry,
Shit.
man. Y'all
Cuban
got that
Link's
Tyler
Legendary.
story,
Perry hookup.
Legendary.
and my personal life,
Shit.
and Remy could have been in the same thing, or it could have been different. I wouldn't mind that, but I guess they did. You understand? So if it's room, like I wouldn't mind somebody from the ex terror squad or terror squad to be around where I'm at. I don't mind that, but I guess they do is what I'm saying. Like whatever I'm trying to get on, that if I'm on it, they won't be part of it because I'm on it.
Mhm.
But if they get a chance to get on it, then I definitely can't be a part of it. You understand?
Right.
I mean, they even had Erica Mena on there. Like, I mean, and that's like she like the baby mama to one of the members. Like, I mean, if they
Yeah,
could have had her on there, they could have had y'all on there. So
Yeah,
they
that's
could have,
baby
but I don't
sister
know.
too.
I think she got
She
that,
like big.
or
Yeah.
maybe it was it was spoken to Mona that it would be a bad idea if you have Cuban there and certain people there. Because remember
It's good.
when
Right.
Remy did come out, like in the first season with them, and I remember Joe was a part of it.
uh huh.
Remember Joe used to be doing like little spots on dates, like
Hmm.
talking to Remy and all that. So remember
Mhm.
that whole thing was going on. So I think definitely something was
You got
told.
blackball,
People in the higher levels. Okay,
blackballed
we'll
you.
do this for you. You don't need that guy.
With an
We'll keep
eight,
it.
Not
Copy.
with an eight, with an eight on it,
What's up?
with an eight on it, with an
that
eight on
ain't on
it, with an eight
Yeah,
on
no,
it. Black
that's
ball
the
with the
blackball I've
eight
been
on it,
dealing with for 20 something
With the
years. You know what
eight,
I'm saying? That type
Gully.
of blackballing. So the blackballing comes in
With the
different
eight,
ways. It comes
Gully.
from
with
you
the
know
eight
uh, maybe beating
corner
down a
pocket.
couple of DJs not to play my
No
songs.
leather
It
jacket,
comes
straight
down
eight.
to maybe
Yeah, no
some
chalk.
relationships that he might have that might stop me from getting certain kind of shine when I'm trying to move up in the level, or it might come in a
Mm.
proposition where it's like, oh, okay, since you got that guy, oh, I'll do double the things. I'll
Right.
do this and probably sweeten up the
Mm-hmm.
deal in his
Right.
behalf to let the person be like, oh, okay, so we don't need that other guy, which is me.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that has been done, but underhand and stuff like that, and business deals. So it's not something that I would want to just be on some more like, oh, I wanna sue them. I'm not a suer. I could have been did that. I could have been
Right.
shit like that. It's just so pussy to me. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, nigga stooped
Yeah.
this low. I can't believe I thought he was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah.
it used to bother me like that. Like how
Yeah.
this dude from the block that I come from
Yeah.
and represented the same kind of morals that we
Yeah.
represented when we was coming up
Yeah.
could stoop this low. That's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's not no
Yeah.
different from
That's
you telling
backdoor.
me, oh, let's
That's
fight, let's meet up
backdoor.
here. And then
That's
later on you got a
backdoor.
cop friend and then you tell your friend to fucking tell the cops that we're gonna have a fight and I get arrested.
Yeah.
It's like that type of shit to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
sneaky shit
Shit.
like that, and that's never been
Uh,
respected. And that's why I used to voice my opinion so much. I used to
yeah.
be so angry saying the things I said, and all the things I said was facts, but it used to come out in an angry way. Now it's a little more where I can see it a little different, and I understand it, and that shouldn't that's not going to stop me because I love music, I love what I do, and I think I'm good at it still, so that's why I'm still doing it. But at the end of the
I
day,
got
those
a question for you, Cuban. Broke, not to cut you off, but I want people to hear this because not a lot of people know that, and including myself, I didn't know until I, sat down and talked to Gilly like behind the scenes and stuff that you had a lot to do with Puffy's No Way Out.
well, I mean, not not a lot, but I was part. I was in I wrote a single. Well, I wrote one of the cuts in that. In that album, I did the hook for Senorita. I don't know if you remember that song. So
I
Mm-hmm.
Senorita,
do.
Yeah.
I wrote the
Yeah.
hook for that, and yeah, basically that. And it was just a song. That was when I was coming up. I still didn't have my deal yet, and I wrote. I never got my writing credits for that and all of that. But at the same time, you coming from the hood, you already know. You kind of, I was always kind of like, I was a shy dude, Stu. I know I had talent, but damn, Puffy's on top of the world. I'm over
Yeah.
here. That they put me to the test, and I went in
Yeah.
there. He loved the song. Him and Jennifer loved the song. When I did the hook, they kept the hook. I think to this day my voice is behind it. I know Puffy did it over, but
Yeah.
I think my background is still there. But anyway, I just never got like, you know, um the business side of it, right? And
Hmm.
now look, I mean, later on after I did it and everything, after looking it back, I'm like, damn, Joe's getting 20% of my earnings because he's my manager, and that's a situation there that he should have. If he was my real manager, he should have definitely got me my publishing things. He should have been up
Everything.
there
Yeah.
representing for me, and that's another thing that he
Fair.
ain't do. So
Fair.
but I was, I called it paying dues. I was glad to work with Puffy. He was a monster at the time. He was on top of the world with Biggie and all that. I got a chance to meet Biggie. Um, so at the same time, it was like a good personal achievement for me that I worked with the best, and the best liked my stuff when I was just coming up. It gave me that confidence. Um, but later on, thinking about the business side of it, is like, damn, that album sold like six fucking times million. It sold fucking six times platinum. I could have been getting a little check all this time. You know what I'm saying? So it
Shit.
goes to that later on in life because
Shit.
and
That's a lot of
now
money.
thinking it's like,
Oh,
damn, I have my
nigga.
protector when it came to the game, and the guy we entrusted was Joe,
Yeah.
because that's why we was giving him 20% for it, so he could manage
Mhm.
our careers to the
Yeah.
best of his ability, make money for us, make money for himself, because 20% ain't a regular number.
Yeah.
20% like is the top number of the best pay you could give to a
Yeah.
manager at that time. It's still to
Yeah.
this time. Twenty
Right.
percent to your manager is like he's the best. He's like a Chris Lighty,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
So Chris Lighty was getting that type of
Yeah.
percentage. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that he took advantage of the naiveness of us. Um, I'm sure that that favor or that song that I did for Puffy was definitely cashed in by him, so he could use Puffy now on his album, and he used that for himself. And that's where I know the trickery came. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, he will say, yeah, that's paying dues, that's paying dues. But later on, I mean, I'm cool with it because I was just happy with just the achievement that I worked with a guy
Yeah.
that was on top of the world, you know. And as far as like the bad boy click, you know, I felt good about that
You got a
on
Biggie
some
story?
personal shit. But I mean, if you're managing somebody, come on now, that managing's supposed to talk about, you know, paperwork, residuals,
Uh,
money, royalties, you know. So you know, he was just definitely, you know, using those to his advantage. That's why in the album Don Cartagena, one
Mm,
of the first single actually was Don Cartagena, the song,
the
and he had
song.
Puffy on a hook. So I
Yeah.
think that was the trade off that he did with Puffy. So he
Mm,
got the favor. He got the favor for that, you know, for his own benefit, which is, you know, there you go. You make of it what you think after you get to hear the truth. You know, I already
mm,
made my mind,
right,
so you know that was just on some. That's shiesty at the end of the day when you look at it like that. You're not looking out for your artists. You know what I'm saying? People that are representing you, and if
right.
you are, you're using it for you. You're using people once again, which is the game of using people is the music as an industry. But don't act like you don't use people. That's what I'm saying. Say it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Say it because we still part of
But
your
you
team.
know,
I always
snakes in the
say, I always
grass.
say, I always
It's
say,
a lot
you
of them.
know,
It's a lot of them.
I always
I
say
had to
there's
learn
two
that the hard way.
things.
You know what I'm saying? We came up, like I said, the unity was there so much. You know, just us being from the same hood, you know, Forest Projects.
Mm-hmm.
I was from Littleville's down the
Mm-hmm.
block from that. And it was just that chemistry that made the
Right.
loyalty even harder. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
fact that we was doing something as a unit uh made it even closer, you know, that bond in my eyes. You know, I didn't think that there was one guy that was looking to really use and abuse
Yeah.
uh, you know,
The
situations like that
situation,
because
yeah.
we thought it was a team, but it was only a
Right,
team. It was only a team when it came to do things for him. You know, sit down and write him songs and you know make him look good. But when it came back to the business side, it was a lot of holes that he had as far as like you know a lot of thievery shit, basically, man. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
And he acts, and the only thing is that he acts like he didn't do nothing. Like, oh, I didn't never take nothing from Pun. I ain't never take nothing. Come on, dogs. Like, you crazy. You know?
So let me ask y'all this. So what are y'all working? And this is questions for both of y'all. What do y'all both got going on now? What y'all working on? You know, upcoming projects. Let
Gu-
us know where we can find y'all stuff at and everything in between.
Gully, I need
So
to
right now
have
I'm working
something.
on my well, I got my own label, COK Entertainment. Just got my mojo back about probably 6, 7 months ago. I started writing. Love the way my music is coming out now. Of course, letting you know, let the energy of God a little more into my life. I'm I was always spiritual with that, and always been a God soldier. But at the end of the day, it's like you know, you get older, time to reboot. You know, really open up and let him, you know, take over. And you know, that relationship got stronger, and that's the reason why, you know, it's easier for me now to see the goal and the vision that I'm going for. Um, Simplistic, humble, uh, really back on my pen game to take the music to the next level. And it's positive music, you know what I'm saying? It's not that much cursing as it was. So it's grown up Cuban Link. I love the avenue that my music is taking me through right now, and I'm doing it dolo as far as like you know my own company independently. So
Yo,
that's coming out soon. This
yo,
coronavirus kind of messed things up for a little bit, but I'm still in the lab working on things, and I'm just working on basically just singles, and singles that hit the people with that, you know, with a visual, with the audio, and just
mhm.
you know give them a flashback of Cuban Link, and also take them to the present and the future of what Cuban Link's got as far as musically. So I feel good about that. It's coming soon. It's gonna be called The Missing Link. Is the name of the album. But I'm gonna definitely hit y'all with some singles and some new music, real soon.
Well, I hope when you drop that, you know, you come back to the culture and let us go ahead and you know.
Definitely, Mama. I'm gonna go over there. NC, you in NC, right?
Oh
North
yeah,
Cackalacky. You in North
you already
Cackalacky?
know. You already know.
All right, so you know I gotta go over there and you know and build over there. Go to Myrtle Beach. And you know, go back to the old stomping grounds, man. You know, because I do miss touring a little bit. So hopefully, in the near future, I could just go through every city and give that love and receive that love that Cuban Link, you know, uh, earned through all this
Yep.
year. Yeah.
Right. Gilly, what about you?
Is
You
Gilly
already,
still here? Because I don't see him there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
he
I
there.
was
yeah,
down
I'm
south,
still
Okay,
man.
here.
A
okay.
lot
No,
of
it's
shit
all right.
going on
You was,
outside the cameras. Y'all know I was
yeah,
dealing with
you
it.
was in the,
Yeah.
yeah, you
We
was
got
in
to
the
step
kit.
away. Like I
You
got
was
some
in,
other shit going on I had to
You?
handle.
yeah, you was in the kitchen frying that
Yeah,
fish, bro. I know what you was doing, bro. You was frying that fish.
What
This
happened?
party started. Nah, I see you, Cuban. You don't see me, but I see you. Me,
I didn't hear
basically,
him. What he
just
said?
hold me. No, he stepped away for a little while. The big bro stepped away for a little while, so I just say he was frying some fish. Just you know me, I always try to snap.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know why I snap? You know why I snap so much? Cause yo niggas used to cut me up when I was a little fat little kid, and yo, I swear to God, I
Yeah,
said, yo, bro, I'm gonna get my snap game beyond up. Like any nigga ever
get it
snap on
right.
me, I'm always gonna
Yeah.
try to come back with a jab or something. But so I'm always
Hey,
Yo,
snapping,
that's
and I like to be
that's
happy.
the
now
Bronx
Gully,
way right
Gully, we
there.
need
The
a
Bronx,
movie,
that's all we
man.
got.
What's up with the
Snapping.
movie, fellas?
We need a
What's
movie,
up with the
man.
movie?
We need a fucking
Yeah.
movie,
Y'all
nigga.
What
put it
part?
together, bro. Hey, y'all put it together.
Shit.
I got more shit.
Listen,
But
what we doing a
I'm just well real quick, I'm just pushing my clothing line. Like I said, I'm just starting it out. I'm definitely gonna get
Yeah.
it up in the
Yeah, I
air.
can't
I'm
hear Gilly
definitely
though. I can't hear him.
cause you got
What's the
where you at?
acronym one more time?
He can't but no, just I'm building my website right now as we speak. But if anybody wanna buy anything from me personally, I can ship it to anybody. You can
Okay.
find me on my Facebook page, which is Gilly Delgado. Or you can find me on IG as pure underscore brand underscore of brand. So just write. All you got to write is pure brand of brands, and I'm the only one with that name. I'm not even the only
Okay.
one. That, you know what I mean? So, and that's the only way. DM me. You know, I'll mail it. I do PayPal. I'm still working on the Cash App. Remember, I'm old school, bro. You know,
Right, right, right.
I'm still on my Fred Flintstone shit, son. You know what I mean? Even though I
It
watched the
still pay
Jetsons,
though.
even though
It
but
still
that's
pay.
right.
We do.
But you
We
know,
do that. We do that.
right. So I'm on my Fred Flintstone. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So now is the George Jetson era. Everything with this phone and people
Yeah.
can order. So now I got to put that together. I won't do the Shopify because I'm not gonna give somebody that I don't know $10 of my money
Right,
when
right.
right?
and then
But you
undercutting my
still
own
sign up
person,
a
my
lot.
own people. So I got to put something up
Do
there
it
for
yourself.
$40 to make $20 when
Yeah.
I could have just sold it to you for
Right.
$30 or $40 shipping and handling. You dig what
Everything.
I'm saying? So I'll
Yeah.
put my work in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm doing now, and I'm just starting. Like I said, like in Coming to America, he said next week I'll be on French fries. Well, you know what I mean. Right now I'm just flipping burgers. I'm just flipping these hats right now. You
Right.
know, maybe
Damn
next week
right.
maybe I get some shirts. Maybe I could do that. I did do like some outfits, and some people asked me for them, and then when I had them, niggas was like, nah, G, I ain't got the money right now, so. I just wore them. I said, "Fuck it, I wear my shit because it's sexy. It's so pretty,
Supposed to.
you know."
Supposed
And
to.
then people tell me, "Hey, yo, what's up with my hat? What's up with it?
Yeah.
You could
Right.
buy, you could buy,
My
you
hat.
could buy, you could buy a $30 bag of weed. It lasts you 10 minutes. You could buy a $30, $40 bottle of Hennessy. Lasts you about 45 minutes. You
Hour.
buy it. You buy this hat. It's gonna last you a lifetime."
Yeah.
Okay. Let them know.
So the same way you could buy weed, buy Gucci. Now when my shit get the Gucci prices, now niggas gonna want to buy them.
Right.
Right? When I'm trying to give it for the low right now to boost so I can hook up to boost my company so I can get a big deal and then maybe open up a 24-hour shelter where even the bums in the street, they could just come take a shower and keep it
Right.
moving, or they could
Right.
stay and get programming. You
Right.
did so that's how you fix these people. You can't just you can't shelter
Yo,
people.
my nigga.
So, my dream is to have a
Nigga.
24-hour
Yeah.
shelter. That's it. People
We
give clothes, donate clothes. Yo, there, a bum could come off the street, get in the stand-up shower like in the Boys and Girls Club, get a
Yeah.
shower, get a brown paper bag with an apple, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and a milk, and get back to the streets if you want to. But if you want to stay here, then we can offer you programming, and that's how we fix our people. See,
yeah.
because I got into hip hop to make money to fix my people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Say
saying? Like I look at all these. Look, we talk so bad about the white man, right? And he never
Yeah.
gave us our 40 acres and a mule, but
Right.
the man did give us a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
And all we
Yeah.
did was throw it right back in the strip club and
Hey.
throw it right back in the
Yep.
Disney World instead of
Yep.
building our own hoodie
Yep.
world. We ain't never think, bro.
You
Why
ain't
you
put
think
none
Gilly,
Jay
in the
Z?
Gilly,
community.
they
Why
ain't
you
ready
think
for that conversation. They
why
ain't
you
ready for that
my
conversation.
nigga, why you think Jay Z is the best? Because he used to go after his first album, his next albums, the record label never went for him.
Yeah.
He went and he promoted it to all the distributors
Yeah.
out of Rockefeller. So now
Yeah.
he made that 100 million. Now they gotta respect him. They're like, wow, look, a black man that really knows what he's supposed to do.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
people hate Jay-Z, but you cannot hate him because all you gotta
Whoa.
do is match their dollar.
Whoa.
The
Right.
Jews match their dollar. We don't match
Whoa.
our dollar. We
Look,
look at
Whoa.
each other.
they not ready for that. They
All
not
right,
ready
all
for
right,
Whoa.
all right, I'm
Hey.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Hey. Hey.
Tune in to the Gilly TV show when I'm on this shit, son.
Pass.
look.
Pass the
I'm
gift.
gonna have to
Pass
invite
the
y'all
gift.
two to the little round table discussion that K Born River, shout out to him
Man.
from the classical two hit me up about. I'm gonna
Shout
have to
out K
invite y'all.
Born.
Yo,
Yeah, I
Cuban, where
gotta
you
go to
at,
South.
man?
Yeah, Cuban is curfew.
Cuban, where
Why
you
you in the
at?
street?
I'm weak.
Cuban, where
Listen to
you at,
me.
man?
I'm about to go to the strip club and do what the white man gave me.
My nigga. Yeah.
I am weak. But look, let me go ahead and
Oh,
take
Now I'm
this.
playing with y'all.
man.
I'm playing with y'all. I'm just
So
messing around.
picture the both of us together in the room with y'all, yo. This
I'm
shit
weak.
would be
I'm not
crazy.
about to play with you or Cuban because y'all two is a mess together. I can't do it. So look, I'm gonna take this time to give both of y'all the opportunity to give out any shout outs or anything y'all want to mention, any plugins y'all want to mention. So I'm gonna give both of y'all the opportunity. Go ahead.
I mean, shout out to y'all, man. First of all, you know what I'm saying, to y'all for y'all having us.
Incredible.
Thank you. Even though the connection was crazy,
We
uh,
are honored.
but
We are
I
honored.
definitely want to
We are
shout out.
honored. We are honored.
We just happy to be a part of this, man.
Definitely, man. So I definitely want to give a shout out, man, to New York, man. For New York, with just being strong right now through this time, even though it's crazy out there. You know, keep your heads up. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I
Yeah,
just wish that, you know, this type of situation only happens. Only we seen shit like this in the movies, but it's real. Uh,
Yeah.
we got to be on point. We got to take care of ourselves. We got to work on our health, our wealth, and everything else. We got to take care of family. And I just want to shout out, man,
Wise words.
humanity right now because we need it, man. We need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to really get over a lot of shit. We got to really, really get into the the, the whole thing of picking our leaders, man. I mean,
Being human
these,
and being
no,
human.
just like and just the way the same way we talking about like the Terror Squad story, how you know we chose a certain individual to take be responsible for us because we thought
Right.
that he would take us to the right avenues
Yeah.
and treat us right. It's the same thing with all these politicians, man. We pick
Yeah.
some of these politicians and they take us straight to hell and
Yeah.
then they
We
leave us
gotta
there.
be
You know
accountable.
what I'm saying? So that's what it is. We got to clean up shop. We got to,
Yeah.
make these people that make these kind of big decisions accountable for all the shit that they
We
talk,
gotta
that they
be
said, they
accountable.
promised.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we have to really be on point where we choose to be our
Yeah.
leaders, and then
all
Yeah.
right. Talk your shit. Talk
Yeah.
your
Go ahead.
We gotta oversee the overseer.
Go ahead,
It's
Dickie.
time.
Right.
yeah,
It's
we have to
Right.
time.
make them. Yeah, we have to be there. We can't rely on another branch of the government to really watch those guys because they could be bought. And once a
Right.
guy could be bought,
Right.
and
Right.
once the person or anybody could get bought, right there, that's where the corruption comes in, and that's where everything falls down. So
Yeah.
we got to start looking for those that can't be bought, that money can't buy, their
Right.
morals, their
Right.
ethics, and things that they
Right.
represent. Because that's why we
Right.
fucking put them in office, and that's why
Right.
we believed in them. So
Right.
we have to make sure that they motherfucking clean with us. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing that dirty shit. When they get to a certain level, they change on us, and that's
Right.
what it is.
Yep.
The filter. We got to filter them.
Man.
I know that's right.
Filter.
Shit, nigga.
Billy, what about you? You got anybody you want to mention?
Yeah, nah, basically, just piggybacking on Cuban, man, humanity, shout out God, man, because he's
Don't
always
buy
in
my shit, my
control.
nigga. Don't buy my shit,
All
nigga. We
right,
own
well, I
shit.
want to thank my man. I want to thank my man Lefty. I want to thank my man Skeeter.
Yo,
I
my
want to
nigga.
thank my man Tyrone. I got my
Yo,
man
yo,
Papo
Gil,
over there. What's
Gil.
up?
Why didn't you make the pure masks like for the masks like the pure
Why?
mask?
Because
Because
nah,
no, but that makes sense because it's pure. It's pure. Remember, we
That's a
need
good
pure
idea.
oxygen
Listen,
right now.
listen, I'm already
No, look
That's
at
thinking that's
dope.
the
Gilly face.
cloud.
Gilly like nigga.
That's the cloud.
Really?
That's the
you
Nigga,
know
cloud.
all
what?
you gotta
You
do
know
is
what?
take some broad, take some broads and cut them in half and just put the fucking pill on it.
Oh
Right.
man, that should be
Okay, I'm
crazy.
Started
finished.
out,
Yo,
started
you're
out,
fucking savage.
started out with your underwear right there. Just
I
graffiti
am
pure on
weak.
it. Do it with a sharpie.
Yo.
Nigga, I tell you, I snap, my nigga. Like I'm a funny nigga. Look, pause it. Yo, but nah, I definitely, man. I just want to thank you guys for sure. Yo, this was incredible. It's dope. I love all three of y'all. I, I,
I need
I,
a movie,
I
nigga. I
definitely.
need a
I mean,
movie.
we can always talk, man. We could definitely always
Yeah.
talk. You know what I mean? Like really, dog. The same thing Cuban said is like, bro. Nobody fuck with him. No. In the industry, niggas don't want to fuck with me either because I ride with him for 20, 30. Matter of fact, like 35 years. I know
Yeah.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
we
mean? You
love them,
just
my nigga. We can't listen.
no.
We can't fault them
Wait,
for
no, no,
being
you see,
scared.
I'm not going there, Doug. Just let
No,
me.
I'm
I'm not
saying we
going
can't
there.
fault them for being scared. We still
I'm
like.
not.
I still appreciate.
I appreciate
You know what I'm
everything.
saying?
I appreciate everything because if we didn't go through what if we didn't go through what we went through, bro, we wouldn't be who the people we are right now, bro. We solid, dog. We solid, dog.
But
That's
Niggas
that's what I'm
know.
solid.
saying.
Yeah.
Niggas
But
know
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, yo.
this shit is
Yeah.
U.S. Steel.
Yeah.
This is U.S. Steel, right? Niggas already
Yeah.
got this interview, and this is the best one ever, dog. I guarantee this is the one. You know what I mean? That niggas already can understand what's going on. But yeah, I got a lot of people. I got my brothers in the penitentiary, my sisters in the penitentiary. I would always love to thank and wish them well. You know, my brothers in the street. You know, my brother Machete, my brother Commando, which is the only two I mess with, and my wife and my kids. And you guys, that's it. I don't mess with nobody. Cuban Link, a couple of good people out there that I love and I respect, and they should love me and respect me for who I am. But I don't really, nah, bro. Niggas done burnt me enough, bro. But nigga, come on, man. I feel like a rape
Listen,
victim sometimes,
and
bro. Like them
before
niggas try to
before
really twist my cap, bro. Like with all the shit I've been through, and I didn't even get to tell y'all, but too much. But
before I leave this live, but before I leave this live, I just want to let say something as far as like, listen, Gilly, you know how deep and you seen the love and you seen the hate, you know, and just like you said, you see all what I'm saying, they hate. Listen to me. That was one of my transformations really after, like I told you, like 2 or 3 years ago, when I started just thinking different a little bit. And it's like, listen, man, you do your history. And the most hated person at the end of the day, or people, they were hated because there was fucking talented as crazy. And there was just not yes men. There was people that was determined to do something. There was those that did nothing but good, and the evil niggas turned that shit around, and I made them look made the people think that they were the evil ones, while the evil ones were really racking in the those kind of stories apply to us. So at the end of the day, what we know we earned our stripes. You know we never did no foul shit to nobody. All that rumor shit was started by the opposition so they could you
You
know
don't have to.
keep on with
You
their
don't have to
lives and keep
jump
their
up and
story
yell
straight.
it out like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? So
pure is the
so so
brand, man. That's what I'm doing. Pure, man. That's all I'm
yeah,
in
about.
Well,
in
let me
yeah,
other
say
words,
that. Let me say
yeah,
Cuban,
yeah.
Cuban, look. What did Manolo say in Scarface when he said, "What you want?" He said, "I want to see my name in the back of chicks' asses." That's all I want.
that.
That's
Well,
all
let
I
me
want.
say
I want to
this
see
both
my
of
name. I
y'all
want to see
basically.
my name. I want to see my name on everybody in the world.
Yo,
Well, let me say this
yo,
both to
But
y'all
basically,
kings. First of all,
they
yo,
hate us for a reason, my
I
brother.
want
They
to
hate us for a
thank.
reason because we hold the key. We are the truth, nigga. We are the
That's right.
ones, the real niggas that really survived from the bottom, and we could go back to the bottom and still
yeah,
fuck with the motherfucking bottom and go, I'm still here because this is where I come from. And when we
yeah,
was on top, we still never went to the top. We stood in the bottom, and
yeah.
you know why? We helped the bottom. You know what? Because that's who we are. And that's what it is, my nigga. They hate us because we are so fucking dope. They hate us because we are so real. And that's why they hate us. Because there's nobody else in the fucking world that can hate a nigga like me or you. Because we the motherfucking real warriors. So that's how you gotta take it.
Mm.
So I don't depend on nobody they like me anymore. You gonna respect me, you gonna know what
Ah,
my
yeah,
history is. But I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
they gotta
exactly.
respect my
Nah,
history
yeah, yeah.
because our shit came through blood, sweat, and tears. And only real niggas come out like that. So
And
now the
jail,
man,
and
that's
is
jail.
the
that
fake
sound
is in
pure.
the snitches are the biggest gangsters. The motherfucking the strippers are the fucking ladies of the world, so the whole morals are backwards now. So
Mm.
that don't mean that we're. I'm not gonna ever sell out who the fuck we are.
I'm
That's the
good,
problem with
dog.
us.
I'm good.
We never gonna
You
sell
know,
out, brother.
I'm good. I definitely, I am happy. I'll tell you, I'm fucking Forrest Gump of the hood, bro. I
I'm
can't
weak.
be happier. I can't be
You're not
happier
Forrest
either.
Gump, nigga. What's wrong with you, nigga?
Well, I
You
want to say
missed,
this to
you
both of
missed the
y'all.
whole part of that earlier.
I want to say this to Gilly and Cuban. First off, I want to say thank you to both of y'all for giving y'all time,
For
y'all
real.
honesty, y'all
It's love.
energy to not just the culture, but to this interview, to everything. Like, because you know, a lot of people don't realize that, y'all do, even after the everything that's happened to y'all in the industry and after pun, y'all are still men first before the TS shit and before the DMX shit and
Right.
everything else. So I want to thank you, especially you, Gilly. Like, Gilly,
Thank
like,
you,
nigga,
man.
you really, like, you pop in the streets, like, for real, for real. Like, you done done a lot, like, from Fred Godson to
Fred
Yeah.
like the
Godson, I'll tell you this. Look, Fred Godson, his father, Big Fred, was my center. I was the point
yeah,
guard. So
yeah.
big Fred, little
Wow.
Fred is my little man.
Yo,
Axel Leon
yo,
is my little
yo.
man's. Like these are my
We
little man. My nephew. My nephew is a big rapper. His name is Kid Boo. Everybody hates him. Kid Boo. He was
yeah.
the one that was with Black China and he
Yeah.
beat her up. That's my nephew, bro. That
Wow.
kid is a popping artist right now. Like I'm cleaning his life up. I'm getting him away from all that stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but I thank
Not
y'all. I
like
thank
now.
you. I thank y'all, bro. Like nobody ever heard me in a
Yo,
higher platform than
yo.
just Gilly TV. Niggas ain't never
Yeah.
give me this opportunity. Not
Keep
even
doing what
Queen
you're
Flip.
doing, homie.
Even
Shout
Queen
out
Flip.
Jazz.
I love Queen Flip. He interviewed me briefly. I love him. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
go back on this show, but shout out to Queen Flip. Yeah, he's a person that I like. I like him. My man Mario Machete. My son, Hocus 4/5, always. His brother S1. Um, you know, everybody, man. What I'm saying? I never, listen, man, I just walk the earth. You know what I mean? And whatever God put in my way, if I can handle it, I do. If I cannot, I'm man enough to say, uh, it's not for me.
Hey,
I know
brother.
that's
Cause not everything is for
Salute you, man.
everybody.
We salute you, man. We
Yeah.
well,
salute
for
you,
Thank you,
man.
real.
man.
Hey,
For
man.
real. Like,
Hey,
on a whole nother
roses right
level.
now, homie.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like,
yeah, we good.
like,
Yo,
I'm glad
I'll show
that
you.
we
I'll
had.
show you. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Were you about
yeah,
to sign
yeah,
off?
yeah,
You cutting me off?
yeah.
No, hold on.
Oh, we Gilly a whole mess. He a whole
Fucking
vibe,
dope,
yo.
yo.
Like,
Dope as fuck. Look at that background, yo.
I will do the I will do them North Carolina colors too and them South Carolina colors. But
Okay. What you
look,
know about them?
Gilly, I need that hat, yo, to go with my
look,
J's.
look. I'm gonna show y'all some shit, and I'm gonna show y'all some more shit. If y'all got a few minutes, I'll just run y'all through some hats. I got this one, Atlanta Brave. I don't know. This is the Michael Jordan. This is the one I call the Last Dance. I call this
Okay.
one the Last Dance. That's the
Okay.
Jordan joint. You know,
Perfect name for that color scheme.
what I'm saying. I got that joint.
They bloody.
I need
Yeah,
that too.
right. I got one for my cousins. I got that one.
Shoo.
Hold up. Damn,
Okay,
yeah,
now. Gilly, I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
need one of them hats for my J's. I'm not
I
playing with you.
got you. Come on, I got y'all. That's nothing. That's on the life for it. Look, this is the hottest seller right here.
Soldier shit.
Yeah, that shit
That's the
tough right
hottest.
there.
That's the hottest seller.
Soldier shit.
You know what? One thing I want to say while you showing your hats, this is the time right
That one.
now,
You.
folks, for y'all to put y'all
You.
black dollar, Dominican dollar, Puerto Rican dollar back into the community. This is the time. Y'all need to be putting y'all dollar back into the community.
You. Oh man, yo, hey, yo,
Yeah,
yo,
that's tough right
I
there.
got y'all, yo.
yo.
I got y'all.
uh,
Look,
uh.
look. This was the Miami Heat joint with the fire. The Miami Heat joint.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's shit high right
Look,
there.
That's dope. Damn.
and this is the first. This is the first pure hat I ever made, and I made this one in Germany.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that's what
Yeah, I like
Right,
that.
and
That's
that's
a
what I
little
do. Like,
summertime feel
I
right
just
there.
colors come to my head, and I just start putting colors together, and the name is sexy. It's really the name, Doug, is how it
Yeah,
looked. And
yeah,
shout out to my
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
shout out to my wife. She designed it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So you know,
yeah.
Yes, let me tell you something. First of
That,
all, let me shout out to
that's
his wife
that's why you
because
winning. That's why you
the
winning.
wife was getting him all the way together before the episode. She was the wifey was on her job. Okay, so shout out to
yeah,
her.
yeah. She been with me for a minute, man. But and that's what it is, man. So like I said, I'm just starting like. I'm just all you things gotta do until I get my website going. You know, I want to do my own little factory, dog. I don't want to give no my money to nobody. That ten that $20 I could give to a company to make my shit, I could
Listen,
start building. I could start building on building facilities. You know,
yeah.
building
Listen,
escrow.
we need to do some some networking. You
I
know,
know that's right.
Absolutely.
we need to do some
Look, I'm
networking.
gonna link y'all into y'all
And
gonna follow.
come
Shout out,
down,
a big
come
shout out
down
to my
here,
brothers. A
come
big
down
shout
here
out
and
to my
get
brothers.
your feet up, get your feet up and
Yeah.
relax. You know, in Myrtle
Yeah,
Beach.
but that's what I'm
And
doing. I'm trying to see like they give all these other niggas bags. I want to see some big fashion company say, "Hey, that name look pretty.
yeah,
Let's go talk to that kid." You know
and the
what I'm saying?
acronym, on the
Oh
shirt,
yeah, but eventually
on the shirt.
eventually that's all you're gonna see. First you're gonna see
Yeah,
this. First you're gonna see this, and then you're gonna see the P, and
yeah,
then the acronym, and then it's like
yeah,
Nike, nigga.
yeah,
Nike slogan is what? Just do it,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
yeah.
My slogan is you see it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right now.
Hey,
So look, we got to wrap this up, but I want to say thank you to. Let me just go around. First, let me thank my co-host, my wingman, my homie, my everything in between, Doe, and of
yeah,
course
love
his
though.
co-host, Ramon. Shout out to the Doe Show. If y'all
Shout
are
out to
not
the Doe Show, yo.
Yo, we
please
definitely
go
gonna
support.
yo, we on you, Gully. We on you, homie. We already on you, man.
Woo, these are
I
fun.
also want to
That's
shout
dope.
out.
That's
I also
real
want to
talk.
shout out Cuban Link for taking the time out to
Right.
give
Shout out
us
to
the
my brother
real
Q.
on the whole TS situation and everything he got going on. So shout out to him. I also want to shout out Gilly. I'm
Thank you.
glad that BX introduced us. Um, like on some real shit, like the conversations that me and you have had before all of this. Like, I
Yeah.
consider you, I consider you a big bro. Like for real,
Thank
for
you,
real.
man.
So,
Salute to you too, and salute to y'all, Doe and Ramon, man. For real,
Yo,
like y'all
Appreciate
dope
you,
yo,
dudes.
man. Love y'all, man.
hey, you passed it, homie. You passed it.
Believe
You
it.
doing greatness in the hood, man. You doing
Yo,
all that.
bro,
Hey, hey,
I'm like
hey.
Cinder, yo, bro, I'm like Cinderfella though, dog. My clock struck 12. Big pun died. We're right, we was
Yeah,
about to make it. My clock struck 12. Cuban Link
yeah,
got into that injury. Cuban Link got into that. My clock struck 12. You know what I mean? Your man
yeah,
DMX, my clock struck 12. Like I'm always right
yeah,
there.
Up and down.
You know what I mean? And I fall. It's like red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. I gotta go all the way to the back and then freeze all over again to the front when a nigga cheated. Like I saw you, and then you
yeah,
gotta go back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's my
that's
life,
right.
man. But I keep going. Y'all could go, yo. Fuck that overtime on the show, Jazz. Let's go, yo. No, I'm fucking with you. I know y'all
So
got
look,
shit to
let me
do.
tell y'all what's coming up next week. Next week I got Christopher Scott. If y'all don't know who Christopher Scott is, let me just give
My
y'all a little
name is
info
D
about
Nice.
him real quick. Christopher Scott was taken into custody in Dallas, Texas, a couple of years, about probably like over 10 years ago back, for a murder charge that he did not commit.
Oh
He was
wow.
exonerated. He was exonerated and made national news.
Uh-huh.
He fought it to nail tooth all the way to the end, and he got released in 2009. And he went on to do a documentary series, which you can actually see the documentary on Amazon Prime. If y'all got some time, it's called True Convictions. So y'all, if y'all have a moment, go check that out on Amazon Prime.
Mm,
Um, After he got out, he linked up with two more innocent people that were also convicted for other crimes that they did not commit. And they went on to try to help other men in that situation.
That's all we
wow.
So
need.
we're going to be down with
That's
him
dope.
with a one-on-one conversation to see, from everything that he went through getting locked up, through being he did I want to say 15 to 20 years in prison before he got out.
What the hell, man?
So this
What
is
Yeah,
the
I
a
got.
big
fuck?
That's a
And
good
it's
show.
always
So
happeing.
sorry to
Why
interrupt.
is it
Listen,
always happening?
I got a lot of brothers that are just coming home from doing 28, 25,
Come
35,
on, man.
40, 33, 39 years, bro. Shout out to my
Wow.
man, my brother Mario Machete just came home. He did 28. My brother Commando came home a few years ago. He did 25. My
Wow.
man Ramses did 39. Uh, Yo, bro. So Hondo just came home. He did 44 years.
Wow.
And
What
he's
wow.
60.
the
He's 60 years
fuck?
old. He went to jail when I
All
was
of
like,
them? All of them he did
oh, he
44?
did, yeah, and he just came
Yeah.
home.
44, nigga?
Yeah, he's 60
But
years old. He's 60 years old, bro.
yo.
You'd be
Yo.
He's
surprised,
60.
like if you
Yo,
watch
bro,
Yo.
up here in New York, Buffalo. That's where all the jails are. That's how it
Yeah.
yeah,
is.
yeah,
So yo, over here in New York, bro, they give you fucking football numbers, and you got to do them shits, bro.
Oh my
It ain't
God.
like in them other states where they offer you like 80 years, but you wind up doing like 3 or 4. Over here, they tell you
80.
80 is 80, my nigga. You got to do
Nigga.
85% of that time over here.
Oh.
That's why you be a fool. You know what I mean?
right.
So
So, yeah,
Mm.
I want y'all. I hope everybody tunes into that to hear this man's story.
please, yeah, tune
Yo.
into that.
Yo.
To
I'm
to
in.
get knowledge of if you I'm pretty sure, especially right now,
I'm
in this
in.
time right now we're going through with police brutality and the
Yep.
George Floyd situation. This is needed to hear. So please tune in for that. Hear this man's story, and hopefully he will be able to give y'all some knowledge to help maybe yourself or a family member or whoever the case. But he'll be on here next week, so y'all look out for that. Again, Christopher Scott. Gilly, thank you again.
Thank
The
you,
Delgado,
man.
thank you again. Um, I'm Jazzy
Legend.
J, and
Legend.
we're gonna get out of here. We see y'all next week, y'all.
Hey man.
Peace.
I salute you, man. I salute
Appreciate you.
you, Delly. Cuban.
Peace.